can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Perfect.
This guy is not slowed
Yes.
down at all, despite being 41 years old. Not playing like he's 41, doesn't hit in any diminished state.
Where's the camera?
Same sort of player.
There it is.
Runner goes, throw to third. Got him. And Margot is out as Gary Sanchez threw a laser to third.
Well, I learned not to get excited on these throwouts, Michael, until we see the replay. But I tell you what, he had a great jump. Gary Sanchez came out, and just threw a down there. Wait for the replay, see what happens.
Here, I'll turn it up for you guys.
His glove was out in front of him. He slid right into it. Yep. I'm gonna call it out, Michael.
Then you'd be correct.
Oh yeah, he's out.
Big play from Gary Sanchez, a big out.
Now you kind of wonder, Paul. I know you can make the second out at third is more acceptable, but got Nelson Cruz at the plate. You're in scoring position.
You gotta really be sure about that. I mean, he probably thought he had Monty timed. You know, a perfect throw got him.
3-2 on Cruz. Yandy Diaz is on deck. Bottom of the first inning at the Trop. Yankees nothing, and Tampa Bay 2 outs. Nobody on here in the bottom of the inning. And Cruz walks. So the second walk by Montgomery, and that'll bring up Diaz.
Well, some walks are mistakes, and some walks are just, I'm not going to give in. And if you're Nelson, you're pitching to Nelson Cruz, you're just not going to get in. Give him something to drive out of the ballpark here.
There's nobody even in the chat. What are you talking about? Oh, there is. Hi, Nita. How you doing, Nita? What's going on? The chat was not working. That's why, by the way.
1-0 to Diaz. Swing and miss. Change up, 1-1.
Diaz, one of the guys that's
Watch
probably
out,
going to
Chipper.
lose some playing time now that this DH spot with Cruz. You've got a few guys over there was kind of rotating through that DH, but now you're going to have to find a position if you want to play for the Rays.
Miss with the cutter. 22 pitches for Montgomery so far. Diaz, the cleanup hitter, playing third base in this one. Got the fastball by him, 2-2. Her first 2 outs, 2-2 count. Fly ball left center. Lamar and Allen. There's some bad communication out there. We've seen it in 2.
Sorry, Tripper's like right on me and I'm trying to like move her around, but she like will not get off. Oh Lord, I can't type today, sorry. That's okay. I can never type Nita. It's fine. Hands Nita a beer and a floaty ducky. You mean like a rubber ducky? Is that enough kisses for you, Tripper? Now stay there. Oh, a pool floaty! I thought you meant like a rubber ducky. As in like that you put in the bathtub. This isn't a swimming pool, this is a bathtub. This is a beach, this is a bathtub. Shark! What? That's still hilarious, like. We'll say, I'm not seeing the video, like, just so you guys know, but like. It was a funny clip. Maybe you need a lifeguard for your pool. This isn't a pool, this is a bathtub. It's a funny thing. Not a pool. I'm gonna get something set up here, just like don't mind me.
And a bunt here.
You running.
And I'll let it roll.
Tripper, I move for 2 seconds and she lays down on my.
Edge there, it just kind of kicks it onto the dirt with that spin and then roll foul. The natural turf will kind of grab it a little bit more. Anytime you can pull a bunt with you with a left-handed pitcher, you got a good chance because lefties kind of fall off to the, towards third base when they release the ball.
It's so hot in the apartment. I'm trying to get things like done, but my glasses keep fogging up.
Grounded to the shortstop Franco.
Ouch. One out for Yankees. Sucks. Let's go Yankees. Come on.
Well, let me just ask you, the last out of the bottom of the first, we saw that in Boston a lot. There seems to be miscommunication where it's supposed to be the center fielder's ball all the time, and guys keep running into each other.
Yeah, it's a little odd to me too, because that actually is Urshela rips one into left field.
He'll go for two, and he'll
No
make it.
hesitation there. Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with, a lot of different people playing. You got Brett Gardner out there sometimes, you got Allen out there, but I agree, Michael. I mean, Lamar went a long way for that ball. Fastball right here to Urshela, and he puts it in play. Right down the line, no hesitation whatsoever to round first and get into second.
That's the Yankees' third hit. Brian Lamar, good block by Zunino. Got the runner at second. And here's what we're talking about with that fly ball to end the first. He's in center field.
Almost pretty much straight away center field. A little overzealous there. I'm going to take that one myself.
And you can smile about it, Paul, when the catch is made, but if, you run out into each other and you drop the ball in a big moment, it's not funny.
Yeah, you play, the next thing that happens is
Want
you
an
get
ice
close,
cream.
and the next thing both guys kind of
Yes.
draw away, and you're right, Michael, it'll drop in between you. So Those things need to be cleaned up. If you're Allen, you really got to take control. If you're the center fielder, and let people know. But, you know, we saw it in Boston.
Oh my god, it looks
Screaming
huge.
and screaming,
Hold on.
and still almost had a collision with Florial.
Let's go Yankees!
So McClanahan worked out of a big jam in the first. Bases loaded, one out. Now he has a runner at second. And that ball gets away from Zunino. And the throw to third, not in time as Urshela advances on the wild pitch.
Again, I think a perfect throw gets him here, but you see the secondary lead, not much hesitation, but Zunino kind of short hops Diaz at third, and that just gives him enough time to get that foot under the glove.
Wild pitch, the Yankees bring the infield in. On a 2-2 count on Lamar. The Rays bring the infield in. That's how close it was.
Hello, everybody. It is so hot. I don't know why we're having another heat wave. We're in the middle of Canada. Please. This is too much.
Two-two. Swing and a miss. Lamar down on strikes for the second out. So now the Rays can back the infield up.
Second out.
There's the at-bats. I mean, so far, you know, even if you get the job done in the first inning and just get one, and then you get this job done, you know, you're up 2-0, and all of a sudden still the situational hitting, which was good for, you know, 3 or 4 days there, they were getting the job done, all of a sudden drawing blanks again.
Here's Allen. Good fastball strike on one. Oh, and 2.
Flanagan is powerful, there's no doubt about it. You've seen him touch 98, and he will touch 100 before the night's over. He averages 97, but he does miss with that slider. He's missed a
Well,
few
oh
out
my
over
gosh,
the
I thought I
plate.
almost
That's
ended the
pitch
live
that,
there by clicking something.
the
Whoopsie.
Yankees should take advantage of.
Breaking ball frozen. Strike
Woo!
3. And that will do.
Strike 3. We're not going to the bottom of the second. And Tampa will be batting. Commercial. Commercial. No, go away. I panicked. I didn't know what to do because I don't want to keep clicking the button. So, like, I'm just going to move it out of the way. I think I'm going to do that from now on, is just move it out of the way. Because I get sick because there's so many different sources, because I'm on OBS. There's so many different sources that I have to go through and try to click the button to hide it. So, I think it's just easier if I just grab it and just pull it down. I think that's so much easier. I think I'm going to do that from now on. I think so. Also, Tripper is currently behind me, sleeping. Oh god, there it is again. Boop. Tripper is currently behind me with her paws curled, laying down on the chair because she's so stubborn she would not get off. So I was like, you can stay on here, but you just need to sit because we can't both sit on here because it's not a big chair. You know I'm talking about you. Hey, babe. You know I'm talking about ya. Hey, you know I am. I'm gonna try to show you guys. She's like right behind me. Hi, honey. She's behind me like that as I'm trying to stream. Hey, baby. Like, jeez. Hello. I'm wearing very, very baggy pants. I have very baggy pants on, and when I sit down, the crotch goes up, and it kind of looks like I have a... Kind of looks like that I am not female. Hi, listen. Hi, Losaurus. Losaurus? Losorsa. Losorsa. Martine Losorsa. I don't know how to pronounce names. I truly do apologize. Hi, Martine. Yes. I'm Molly. Hi, nice to meet you.
Since the All-Star game, and since July 4th, 13-4. And they're very good at the trot, 30-18 at home. That's the third best home American League behind the White Sox and the Astros. And they pitch well at home with 2.98 ERA, which is the third best home ERA in baseball behind the Mets and the Marlins. Now, Paul, after you got past the lighting issues, was this a good place to hit?
Yeah, I was just going to bring it up, Michael. This was, to me, one of the worst major league ballparks to hit in. And, to be a good hitter, you have to really see the baseball. And it was fuzzy, it was gloomy, you didn't see the seams. It just was not a good place for me to hit. I mean, obviously, some guys did great, but I think that has a lot to do with why they play well at home and why they pitch at home. Low-scoring games, and their bullpen... They're second in the
Hi, Zachary.
in baseball behind San Diego, so close games.
Zachary West.
In the game. Tampa Bay Rays.
You got it right. Perfect. What is it, my lovely? Are you going to have a caramel apple? Well, you're not. I am. You can't have a caramel apple.
So
none of that's good for you. How you doing, Zachary? I'm Maddie. Hi. Well, Molly, I guess, on the channel. My name's Maddie Madison. Named after Billy Madison. Adam Sandler. But
Andy Fletcher wasn't buying.
Like, my YouTube is Molly. Like, people just, like, refer to me, like, I'm known as Molly on the channel. Are you looking at the birdie? Are you looking at the birdie outside?
All the way.
Just looking at the bird that's on the roof across the house. Look at her.
He missed across the plate there, but they haven't really stuck.
Look at her looking at him.
Usually against lefties, you'll see guys get ahead and then try to.
One ball,
good
2
ball.
strikes.
Kind of an overthrown fastball supposed to be in.
Go, Steve.
To the outside part of the
Go
plate.
play with the birdies.
Have not gone to the breaking ball yet against Joy.
My cat's also literally like crazy. Like, she's nuts. Like, I love her, but she's nuts.
Second strikeout for Montgomery.
That's usually the way
Strikeout.
you see lefties get lefties out, and it's strike one.
Good.
Show the fastball,
I'm cheering
and then
for
get to a point where you can
Yankees.
expand this slider away off the outside corner. Joy, no chance.
And a Rosarena swings and misses. Now,
Oh yeah, I finished my blizzard.
I
still have a milkshake, though.
Able to do it last year.
An Oreo
196,
milkshake.
but he does have 3 homers and 9 ribbies in 12 games. No one could get him out last year. Starting to heat up the last 6 games, 10 for 27.
Pardon me.
Go back to his playoffs last year, Michael, in 20 games. I mean, this is just unheard of. 377, 10 home runs, 19 runs scored. So he was Tampa Bay's offense. I mean, there was nobody else. It was him. And pretty much took them to the World Series single-handedly, offensively.
Ooh, broken bat.
Because he was on every television screen that was watching a baseball game in October.
The bat has
You
broke.
don't think of him as a rookie, but he is.
The bat broke and went flying.
And he's having a pretty good year overall.
You guys remember that one moment in baseball where they can't use corked bats because apparently it makes it like if there's cork on the inside, it helps make it lighter or something, and it makes it easier to swing the bat. So then the one guy went and he hit it with the cork bat and it broke, and then the official saw it and was like, "This is a cork bat. You can't be." And then they were ejected from the game, and the team got fined or something. I was like,
Didn't take long to start borrowing bats from the newcomer, huh?
it's pretty popular. It's like a pretty popular thing that you could just like find it on YouTube. I think that's what happened.
Base hit. Cutting over his
There's also the one where the guy, after he hit the ball and he threw the bat away before he ran, he threw the bat and the bat landed on like the head part of it, and it was like sticking straight up with the handle in the air, and it just like was like standing there, and everyone was like, "That's weird."
He stayed with it, drove it up the middle, and the M was it was Mickey Mantle's bat.
Or then that one time in baseball when the pitcher pitched the ball, and then he hit a bird that was flying like right past him, and he just freaking smoked the bird, and everyone was like,
when I got there, it just got more comfortable.
anyways.
For me.
"Hey, what's going on, Johnny? How you doing, Johnny?" Yeah, I saw that clip. Yeah, I'm like, ooh, I remember that. From Sosa, I think. I don't remember who it was.
Walk on Montgomery.
Well, where's Coney when you need him, Michael? The most unscientific call in baseball, the balk. And your guess is as good as mine. It just looked like a simple throw over.
I guess he didn't step.
Oh, nice. I like when the pitcher tries to like fake it and is like, "Ooh, I'm gonna throw the ball. Just kidding, I threw it to first base."
Somewhere
Trying to get someone out.
TV.
I like that.
So Will Little with the ball call.
Second base occupied.
Into scoring position.
First and second vacant. Bottom of the second. Oh,
There's a strike.
strike.
There's another look. I don't know. I've seen worse.
I think it was someone on the Reds. Was it really? Randy Johnson with the bird. Dear gods, it looked like
They're always trying to deceive the runners.
an impromptu execution. I was like,
It's always going to be a ball.
when I first seen the clip and the bird feathers flew everywhere, I was like, that poor bird was just vibing out. Like, the timing on that, though. You doing alright, Johnny? That's good, Johnny. I've been busy with, like, work and basically work. These past 2 weeks, been busy with work. I have next week off, though.
Lau has been tinkering with his swing.
And then I have a bunch of shifts in August,
just
so it's gonna be
217.
fun. Make that money to pay for my university. It's just expensive.
What was that?
University is not cheap.
The bat had out there quick. Sometimes when you chicken wing, what they call chicken wing, it
He actually does photography now,
you wanna
and
be
his
as quick
business
as you
card
can
has a
with
dead
baseball
bird on it.
From point A to point B, and if I time
Martine, that is absolutely hilarious.
letting it flow,
I love that he just totally capitalized on that. He's like, you know
just
what?
a little bit quicker.
This happened. I'm gonna do something with this. I'm gonna make this.
Did he go? No. I know you grew up watching this guy, so what was Joe Morgan doing by flopping his wing like that?
Yeah. He said that was kind of a nervous twitch, and I talked to him about it many times when I was in Cincinnati, and it just, Hall of Fame player, it worked for him, but boy, not everybody can do something like that.
Two. 3-2. And they're certainly making Montgomery work. In the second inning, he has 42 pitches already.
We're talking about Brandon Lau.
Only
how
one
he's
out.
Working on his hitting. I mean, he was the
3
biggest
balls,
starter. He
2
was the best
strikes.
offensive player last
No
year.
score, bottom of the
He's
second.
been lately he's been good. 8 home runs in his last 20.
Papa John's, 50% off pizzas at regular menu price. Oh, is this thing if the Rays score 6? Papa John's. No one would get a pizza day after Rays score 6. Papa John's. No one's going to get
Now, one thing you'll
your
see
50% off coupon pizza thing. If the Rays barely ever score 6. 6.
Coming into this game, 990
That would be a grand slam.
strikeouts, on base with
Whoa,
1,616.
grand slam plus 2.
And that would be the most ever by a major league team in one season.
Make
But
it
it
at
doesn't
home.
seem like it's derailed them. There's still 20 games.
That's how many points
over
they would need.
500. They're battling the Red
6
Sox
men
at
would
the
have to make it home.
top of the American League East.
I could have sworn I heard some Sosa cork bat news back when I was like 10. Maybe. Oh, it was Chris Sabo on the Reds in 96.
Who's going to get it?
That's a big move.
LeMahieu does for the second out.
I like how they all ran over there. Good, that's good teamwork. Good teamwork, New York. All run over to the ball, and if one of you gets it, one of you gets it. But at least you're all there to be able to catch it if you need it. 2 outs now. Freaking rights.
8th lowest in the league in batting average, 233, but 6th in runs. I mean, they score almost 5 runs a game, so you know they must take advantage of certain things, or you know those numbers just don't line up.
Yeah, they struck out 26% of their plate appearances, and that's the 5th highest in baseball. But as we said, they make it work and they score. Here's Zunino. He has 19 home runs.
Hey, Zachary. Oh, yeah, you were here. Zachary, is it like Wes? Wyas? Wyas? Wes? Weiss. I don't know how to pronounce names. I know Zachary though. Pronounce that one. That's the first I've heard of that. I don't even know. As I said, I have no idea who it was. I thought it was funny. And then that one pitcher. The one pitcher who on his arm, he had like this like substance on his arm that was like a gripping substance. I don't even know what it was, but it looked like it kind of like a grease on his arm, but it's a substance that he would touch it before he would pitch, so he'd be able to have a better grip on the ball. Also, they're playing music. So he'd have a better grip on the ball, so he'd touch his arm. And then there was also another guy who had it at the back of his neck to try to hide it more, and to try to grip the ball. So when the pitcher threw it, he could grip it better, obviously. Why am I over-explaining this? Anyways, and they got ejected from the game because you can't do that. Mike Zunino.
The 2-2. 3-2 on Zunino. Runner at second, 2 outs from the bottom of the second.
Erich West was Houdini's real name. Was it actually? That's actually really cool.
Middle of a long road trip for the Yankees. The last stop will be
Houdini, what a man.
Where the Marlins 3 times.
I wonder if the way he died was like real. Because he used to be like, yeah, punch me in the stomach, but he'd flex, but then someone just went up to him and just like sucker punched him in the stomach. And he didn't like guard, like he didn't flex his muscles to protect his organs, that really got internal bleeding and died. I don't even know if that's real. I heard that all the time, but I have no idea if that's real.
So, scheduling wise, much easier. It probably has to be done down here in Florida with so much rain in the summer.
I think the one complaint people have with the Trop is that it's not retractable. They have the retractable roof in Miami because there's some beautiful days that you'd like to be playing outdoors, but everything's indoors at the Trop, and that might cut down attendance on what would be nice days, where people don't want to spend 3 or 4 hours indoors. So long talk with Sanchez.
Was that a
Well, he
strike?
really sells out on his swings.
Nope.
That's why he's got 19 homers with a 199 batting average.
Why is it popping outside? There's so many people outside.
Money got away
Walk
with
it
that
back
one.
and
That's
forth.
an off-speed pitch that was really felt high.
Yes, that is
Right
real.
in the middle of the plate.
I don't know if it was real or not. Oh my gosh. How horrible is that? You remember that one magician who died on stage? He was like wasn't he like a magician comedy act? So people thought that he was just joking when he collapsed on stage. And they're like, haha, oh my gosh, this guy. Look at this man. It's a commercial break. It's the end of the second. Nobody scored. Oh my gosh, this guy, he's just being so funny. And he had a heart attack on stage. I was like, everyone was laughing their asses off, thinking that this man was just joking around, and he was dead on stage, and everybody thought it was a joke. That's messed up. He died on Halloween Eve? Really? Oh my god, you did a project on him as a kid? The only project that I've really done that I was invested in was a project on sea cucumbers. That just made me sound like such a nerd. It's a commercial break. That just made me sound like such a freaking nerd. That's hilarious. The only project that I did that I was invested in was on sea cucumbers. Sea cucumbers are dope, okay? If anyone knows anything about sea cucumbers, you know they dope AF. They just be vibing and just cleaning the bottom of the ocean. You know, breathing through their asses. It's great. Yeah, they said that. Breathe through their cloacas. They go to the sand at the bottom of the ocean. And they just poop it out. It's great. They're nuts. They're like the vacuum cleaners of the sea. They just vibe out. And people eat them too for like health properties. People will eat sea cucumbers. Anyways, who is he? I don't smell burnt toast, but like I'm definitely. Oh my gosh, my heart. Oh no, my heart. I can't watch. I'm gonna cry. Oh god, I'm gonna cry. Don't cry on YouTube. Game's over if you cry. Don't cry. Oh god. Oh lord. I just showed a moment where kids at this game. Oh lord. And the kids were crying and they were all crying. Oh lord. Oh, I can't watch military coming home videos. I break down. I like have a breakdown. Like my poor heart. That was so wholesome, my heart. Jeez. I'm good. I didn't cry. I don't think I've ever cried on a stream. I've cried laughing though, but I haven't like cried, like sad cried. I almost have. There has been so many times that I've almost cried on these streams that you guys have no idea about. Because they show like something really sad on TV, and then I just like almost start crying.
Family when you're away from them for a week, and these great men and women are sometimes
the sea cucumbers be vibing.
Even longer.
And when they feel threatened, they literally just throw their intestines at you.
Just to eavesdrop on that moment is kind of special.
That's what it is. There's no crying in baseball. Tom Hanks as coach of Fields of Dreams.
Judge in his
No
first
crying in
at-bat
baseball.
since coming off the COVID IL, single through the left side. Starting right fielder in the All-Star game. It's the last game he played before this one.
You break down Aaron Judge, and he is having a solid year, no doubt about it. He swings through his fastball. But batting average, on-base percentage, slugging, home runs, RBI, and WAR. First on the team. So, I mean, he is that much of this offense and this team. To have him back, it's a big part of what they're going to try to do as far as making a run toward the playoffs.
That one was chopped to Diaz, who got the out at first, so 2 down quickly. And that'll bring up Sanchez.
I'm wondering how you know all that. I did a project in high school about sea cucumbers. I even made a video. Your phone is dying. I know it's at 10%. You got a notification saying my phone was dying. Yeah. I know. It's at 10%. My phone's dying inside like me. Kidding, by the way. I'm actually like doing okay. I'm done spieling now. I wonder how you know all that. Johnny's concerned. He's like, how do you know all that? Although I also just go on really weird dives into the internet. A lot of true crime stuff. I've been getting into some true crime things. If you guys have not seen Jim Can't Swim Psychology or Jim Can't Swim Criminology or whatever it is, JCS on YouTube, watch him. It is, I really like it. It's really long because they're like, it basically just shows like interrogation videos. And he kind of sometimes like breaks down some things about like the interrogation and like what they should have done or well and stuff like that. It is very interesting. And they talk about like the case and stuff. Jeffrey Jr. to be hurt at their inductions. Oh no, Dad, what did you send me? I'm scared. What did you send me? It's a YouTube link. Oh no, Dad, what did you send me? I'm scared. What did you send me? It's a YouTube link. Did you send me there's no crying in baseball? Is that what you sent me? It's loading, so I have no idea. Your phone's dying. I'm like, yeah. There's no crying in baseball! Yeah, you totally did send that to me. There's no crying in baseball. That's hilarious. I love Tom Hanks, by the way. I love Tom Hanks. I love Adam Sandler. If I ever, like, met Adam Sandler, I like to pretend that I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, I'm such a huge fan. It's really great to meet you. Can I please have your photo? Have a photo with you. But I'd probably start crying and then faint. And then he'd just be really kind of, like, freaked out. He'd be like, weird. You'd just be like, alright. It's hilarious. I totally would faint. See, the Yankees and Rays game is not rain delayed, or delayed at all, because they have a roof over their stadium. I think every single stadium should have a roof, like a retractable roof, like a convertible, but for a stadium. Yeah, because then if there's, oh no, there's rain, it's not going to be an issue. Boop, boop, boop.
Kiermaier hitting .234, 2 homers and 20 runs.
I sound like a crazy person half the time.
Montgomery has thrown 51 pitches through 2 innings.
In the dark web about a Rihanna doll that looks like Rihanna dressed like a
with
mystery alien eyes. It's cool. How did you get to that point? We were not talking about Rihanna. We were not talking about the dark web. It just happened. Nice.
That's why he's in the
cool.
lineup. As much as they can put him out.
Jordan Montgomery pitching
throughout his career.
For the Yankees and Kevin.
Whoa.
Kevin Kiermaier at bat for Tampa Bay. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Grounded to first, grabbed by
ouch.
Steps on the bag, 1 away here in the 3rd.
Mans is out. I want ice cream. I might get myself an ice cream treat.
And here is Margot.
Also, Dad, I don't remember what ice cream treat you said was your favorite that you wanted me to keep buying. I don't remember which one it was. I don't know if it's the chocolate one or if it's the vanilla one.
Got the hair trimmed up a little bit. Got the white walls going back there.
Manuel Margot at bat now for Tampa Bay. Hitting the ball. Ball's going all the way over. Oh. Foul ball.
And it was
yeah, it was just over the foul line at the very far right end of the field. I've heard some insane horror stories from the dark web. Not sure how true though. Yeah, same here. Like Saw meets Sword Art online. Oh, I've heard those ones.
Lose sight of it because it's so low and it just chops you.
Yeah, I've heard some things about the dark web. But I'm the same way though. I don't know how much is it true.
The knee though, he's a little taller than I am.
I mean, Craigslist. The fact that Craigslist is just on the surface web is crazy enough. You just go on Craigslist and you just start scrolling on there. You can find some things that are quite questionable. It's like, here's a doll that I made out of my fingernail clippings. If you would like to buy it, you can buy it.
I'm curious, Paul, because you're a little
Or,
bit
hey,
superstitious.
can you please donate your fingernail clippings to me?
And you needed
Like
a
weird
haircut
stuff like
together,
that. It's like,
would you wait till you stop the roll?
no?
You do have, certain things you do as a baseball
Hi.
player. I mean, if you have a day off every 10 days or so, it's usually
Hi,
to get a
I will
haircut,
pay
do things,
to come
you
into
gotta
your
take care of
home,
yourself a
clip
little
your
bit.
fingernails and toenails, and take them with me.
You're right.
And it's like,
Superstition does come into play.
what the frick? It's like, I'm not a nail technician. It's like, okay.
Torres did
Maybe
everything right
we should
when he made
call
it on the chart,
authority.
but don't just beat
It's
it
a
up
little
for some-
weird. Craigslist has the weirdest things. If you guys have seen
Talking
weird
about this
Craigslist
a little
ads,
bit earlier in the year,
everything that I just said
plays
made
are
sense to
easier
you.
on AstroTurf.
chocolate peanut
Just
one.
because
Okay.
you get the true short hops and then the bouncers, but it also, Margot, you see his speed allows
Speaking of
him to
swords,
beat
swords are
this out
sick.
easily because the ball comes off that turf so
Is it
high.
even legal for me to have, like, if I wanted to have, like, a sword just to, like, hang up in my room? Like, I don't even know if that's illegal in Canada. Our laws are weird. I don't know.
Here's Franco.
First base occupied, second and third
Change up there,
base
Franco in his second at bat.
are
First
vacant.
pitch, obviously, but
Vacant?
still
What do you
has
pronounce that
not
word?
seen a fastball from Jordan Montgomery.
0 balls,
Off speed to
1
this point.
strike, 1 out. Bottom of the third, no score. No score. I forgot nowadays you can't do that. 0 score.
1-1. Base hit through the left side. So Franco picks up a second.
Ooh.
Margot moves to second.
Able to pick up the second, so first and second
Showing that
base.
fastball up and away, and then went back to
With
an
men
off-speed
third
curveball.
base
Not
vacant,
out of the middle of
1
the
strike.
plate. Franco waiting for this one. You see the spin, not a lot of break on it.
For the Rays.
Just drives you
Is
to
that
the
Franco
hole
that
on the
ran?
outside.
Yeah, that was Franco. Wander Franco. At first. I don't know who's at second. Who's at second?
So here's Nelson Cruz.
Looks like 2 big
First and
marshmallows
second
on the
that
ground
out.
and a piece of chocolate.
Cruz walked in the first inning. Time call.
Nelson Cruz at bat.
Round
Nice
to the short.
hit.
There should be 2. There's 1.
1,
First.
2.
The scoop by LeMayu. It's a double play.
Able to get the double play, able to get 2 outs, which means that we are at the end of the third, heading into the top of the fourth after the commercial break. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monstar Sports Entertainment. I'm your host, Molly. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button on your way in. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notifications so you get notified whenever I'm live. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I spoke so fast. Oh my god. I always try to figure out, like, why can't people understand what I'm saying? Like, I'll be talking and I'm like, why can't people understand, like, what I'm trying to say to them? It's my head I understand, but then when I try to speak out loud, it doesn't come out that way. Or I just speak way too fast. Anyways, what's up, everyone? So I want to go to Six Flags. There was a commercial for Six Flags. That's why I said that. That was just a random thing. You know what? Sometimes I have a little bit of an out-of-body experience and realize I look crazy to other people, but it's okay. It's fine. I want some ice cream. Come get ice cream with me. Well, you can't, but like, you guys are in my heart. That's all that matters. Oh, you're there? Really? Almonds in the chocolate. That's a bunch of cheesecake. I got a box of mini cheesecakes. I'm gonna show you guys. I got it from Metro. It used to be called AMP when I was growing up, but I got these from Metro. It has 45 mini cheesecakes in it. It has 45 mini cheesecakes. There's a triple chocolate. That's French. Triple chocolate, caramel ripple, and cherry strudel. And they're really cute. They're really tiny. Each one of them. And I highly recommend them. And they were actually cheaper than it said that they were on the label. So I was hyped about that. So freaking nice. I told my friend, I was like, hey, let's go get something from Metro. Let's get some food from Metro. They were like, oh, freaking nice. So we went, and that's what I came out with. I was gonna get a Black Forest cake, but the Black Forest cakes were like $24. I'm not gonna pay $24 for a Black Forest cake. So I can get one from Walmart for $5. So. Or just as good. I'm not paying $20 for a Black Forest cake. Thank you very much. We didn't make the brownie. We did not. I noticed that as soon as I grabbed.
All of a sudden, if he gets behind in the count, you see his weight come forward, even though he
Cheesecake,
doesn't
I
really
remembered.
step.
We'll have to make it
Shifting his
tomorrow
weight
before I
to
go
his
to
front
work.
side. And
That
front
fruit
hip
on that
opens
chocolate
and
bar
just
was
starts
pretty
that
effing
swing
sweet.
with
Ooh.
you know, not really picking up the baseball.
Well, that's good. I'm gonna have to get you a box from the wholesale club.
Fastball's low.
Because they're like way too expensive on their own. Chocolate and sweets, way too expensive on their own. Just get a huge box of them.
Continues his struggles offensively since the All-Star
What
break.
if I only want one?
The
What if you want
1-0
another
Torres.
one the next day? Then you have it.
2-0 Torres ended the
Might
first
be
inning
expired.
with the bases loaded, one out, then
You only
grounded
live
into a
once.
routine 6-4-3 double play to end the threat. There's a strike, 2-1.
Ah, fudgicle. You only live once. Do what you want. Except for anything illegal. I do not condone illegal behavior.
And the 2-1.
But like,
driven into center field and deep.
Do what
Going
you
back
want.
is Kiermaier. He'll turn the plate off the wall. He fires the second, and that keeps Torres at first with a single. Beautiful play to Karam by Kiermaier to help Torres to just one base.
Yeah, we were just talking about Kiermaier and his instincts. I mean, to not
Boxer
turn
Reese's
your back
chocolate
and
bar
all
the
of a
most.
sudden
I have
turn
been
your
looking
back
for that
and
everywhere and I
get
can't
back
find it.
in. This ball just squared up and rocketed
I wonder
off
if
the
Snack
blade.
Club
Torres
has
is
it.
back, dead center field.
Woo!
Kiermaier to the wall, but
Yeah, that was a really nice,
throw,
nice one.
long single. Talk about Kiermaier. He has won 3 gold gloves and 1 platinum glove in 2015. So, no, undeniable. He is one of the game's best center fielders defensively.
And the platinum glove represents the best defender in baseball for that year. 2-0 on Rougned Odor.
Hello everybody. Welcome.
2-0.
To Monster Sports Entertainment, I'm host Molly.
No, he did not, said Jeremy Rehab.
Watching baseball.
It's kind of a spot if you're Aaron Boone. You're thinking Odor is so good with that ball inner half. The 3-0, as good as he's been swinging the bat, you might give him the green light to look for a ball to drive.
And strike one. Rochelle is on deck.
Odor at bat.
Gets the strike off the outside corner, 3-2.
Ooh. 3-2.
Big difference there. Ahead in the count, behind.
Ruined Odor. Is that right?
And that one's in the dirt. He held up. So Odor works a walk. That moves Torres to second. That brings up Rochelle.
Odor doing it again with whoa. Those are words. Odor getting a walk.
Rochelle, a first pitch fastball last time, double to left. So I'm sure that McClanahan does not forget that. You expect a slider or a fastball in instead of out over the plate.
Glow.
She got first time up.
At bat now.
Yankees got to McClanahan at the stadium on June 2nd. He took the loss there. He said, I'm a different pitcher than I was 2 months ago. There's a strike.
It's so funny to me, Michael. It's almost like clockwork. Pitchers don't forget. First pitch fastball, all right, you got a base hit. All right, here, try to hit this slider now. It's not that you made a bad fastball pitch, but you know, it was a fastball, so you just mix it up.
There's one on the first. Nice play by Choi coming up the bag, saving a wild throw by Diaz. So the step on third gets the second out, and now first and second with 2 outs for Lamar.
And we've seen this so many times this year where first basemen don't get a good read. Diaz gets an easy out and then tries to make a play. But you see Choi leave the base immediately, knowing his only job is to block that baseball to keep a run from scoring.
So Odor moves to second. Urshela reaches on the fielder's choice, and here's Lamar, who struck out in second. There's a strike.
Strike one. Come on, hit it out of the park, baby. Hit it out of the park, Lamar. All right, Ryan.
0-2. We're in the fourth inning. It's 0-0. Yankees have had opportunities. Bases loaded, 1 out in the first. They don't get it done. Runner at third base, 1 out in the second. They don't get it done. The third was a 1-2-3 inning, but now first and second with 2 outs with Lamar at the plate. 1-2. And the pitch. Beautiful block by Zunino. 2-2.
Well, just a spiked breaking ball. Zunino's this self-defense off his shoulder, but does keep it in front of him. Talked about his all-star numbers home run-wise, but defensively he does a great job. The Rays.
What the world does that mean?
And
When the
ground ball right side, fielded there by Loud, over first.
out.
And McClanahan works out.
Damn. Whenever the bat catchers do that, like, they're like 3. They're like 3, 1, pinky out. 3, 3, pinky boom. And then they just know what they mean. Like, what in the world was that? Does anybody know what any of those mean? Like, does some of them mean fastballs? Some of them mean, like what? That makes no sense to me. Hi, Mason! How you doing, Mason Outdoors? What's going on? I'm Molly. Hi. Nice to meet you. We're just chilling out here. Now I have a popsicle stick, which I should not be chewing on, but it's okay. Not really. Stop. They always show commercials on the side. So I've learned just to drag it out of the frame because trying to find how to stop it is like too much. My cat's chilling over there. And we were at the middle of the 4th. Let's go Yankees. Freaking rights, Mason. Let's go Yankees. I'm cheering for the Yankees. Question. For all my fellow non-Canadians out there, is it weird when, because I say this, like I thought this was just a normal thing that people say, like, hey, are you coming over tonight? Oh, no, yeah. Like, do you know what that means? Oh, no, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. Nobody knows what that means, right? I do. I get it. Oh, yeah, no. When you say yeah, no, it means no. Or, oh, no, yeah, it means yeah. But, like, when you're saying, like, no and yeah together, you're like, but those things contradict each other, so that people get confused, apparently. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought everyone just talked like that, and then I heard a bunch of people talking. Like, I've heard multiple Americans say they have no idea what any of that means. And I was like, what? I'm like, how did you guys not... I'm like, wait, what? It's just so weird.
These guys, they don't score for me.
And they tease it too. It's like bases loaded in the first, couple here, couple
That's
there.
not a mouse.
Score, and the next thing
That's
you
a
know,
volume
you take the ball
remote.
on the mound and you still got a 0.
This is
Now he's probably licking his chops there on the top of the first, bases loaded, 1 out. Guy with an 8-game hitting streak at the plate, and they don't score there either.
Who are you hearing for? Correct.
Allen is lined into center field. Good jump by Allen. Runs it down, 1 down.
Everybody, go vote in the poll that I have just put up, because I forgot about it. But it's up now. Who are you cheering for? The Yankees or the Rays? Go vote in the poll. It's going to stay up the entire game. Like, I can end it on my end. Like, I can end poll. I'm not ending it.
That'll bring up G-Man Choi.
Keep it going. 100% of you are saying Yankees.
30 years old. Missed
Freaking
the first 41 games of the season.
Martine, go
Arthur
Yankees.
surgery
Friggin' right.
at
Let's go
right knee
Yankees.
to remove loose spots. Missed 9 games in June with a left groin strain. But he's healthy now and actually hitting very well in his return.
Troy at
Got
bat.
the other way and out of play.
And Montgomery pitching.
Remember his first at bat,
Bottom of the
was
4th.
all hard stuff, and then he put him away with the slider.
Tampa Bay
so
at bat.
Lead him off with the slider, and you wonder
The
if this
new
is a
video
backwards
of
at bat, where now
Brady
you go
throwing the
back to all
football
hard
into
stuff,
that
or if you
machine after
continue
the
with the
3rd
breaking
throw.
ball.
I wish that ball would have hit him in the head with him being turned. I have no idea what you're talking about, but like I also wish Tom Brady got hit in the head with a football. Mans is like 40 something and still acts like a freshman in college. So does Gronk though, I will say. Gronkowski is like the definition of like the college party animal.
Now, Choi did something a little odd.
He looks like his hobby is shotgunning
Last
beers.
July.
That's what he looks like.
5 big league seasons, he'd taken.
That's what
861
Gronkowski
plate
reminds me
all
of.
them left-handed.
Just his whole, just like
Against
aesthetic.
the Blue Jays last year, he moved to the
So
right
like,
side.
what kind of things do you do for fun? Like, what are your
Anthony
hobbies?
Kett, but then
Well, I
in
love
his second
shotgunning with the
trip as a
boys,
righty,
so.
He blasted
I feel like that's what Gronk would say.
429-foot home run. And then back to lefty.
So he might retire as a 500 hitter.
Also, do you like my
Right side, with a
shorts?
homer.
They have a smiley face on them. You can't see. They have a
That is
smiley
strange.
face on them.
I never heard that story.
They're very, very baggy. I like them.
You remember the name Mike Pagliarulo,
I like
right? He was
baggy
a lefty
clothes.
hitter for the Yankees. And one
Everything's
day the
going
Yankees
wrong.
were facing a left-hander. And Billy Martin said, "Can you hit right-handed?" He goes, "No." He goes, "Go hit right-handed." He struck out.
Oh boy.
Oh, Troy's still a bat.
2-2. And down goes Choi. Foul ball, like maybe off the side
Pardon
of his
me.
knee.
Ooh, man's on the ground.
Such a tendency with that two-seamer
Troy
running
on the
in
ground.
on your
What
hands
happened?
and chop it straight down.
Man's okay? What even happened?
Monty believes that he can get in on him because he has
Oh!
gone back to that fastball. I think he did get the shin guard there, but it still hurts.
Karen Rogers!
Does show a hit the shin guard.
That is funny. Oh my gosh.
Top of the shin guard.
Ooh, yeah, the ball, he hit the ball and then it smacked off the bat and hit him right above, like, the shin guard. Ow. Like, the shin guard's still, good thing he had a shin guard on, but, like, still, ow. Jeez.
Troy played
I
6
breathed
games
wrong
with the
and I hurt
Yankees in
myself,
July
let alone getting a
2017.
frickin' ball in the knee.
And that one is wrapped into center field, a base hit for Troy.
Oh, getting the first.
That shin feel a little bit better, Michael. You get a breaking ball up in the strike zone, line it up the middle. He had kind of stayed away from that, running that two-seamer in. Troy right on top of a hanging breaking ball.
Fourth hit for the Rays, and that'll bring up Rosarena, who has one of the 4 hits.
It's Karen Rogers. Ha!
1-0.
That's hilarious. Yankees need some help. How you doing, Jimmy? Hi, I'm
Luis
Molly.
Garcia cooling off lately. We
Nice
have a
to meet
wide
you.
open American League Rookie of the Year race. Could be a Rosarena, could be Akil Baddoo. Pictures
I don't
Luis
like
Garcia, Cole.
Lamare?
Oden,
Let's say
to
Lamare.
name a few.
Hold up.
Garcia looks like
Lamare.
he's running to the path a little.
You don't like Lamare? Is he on the... What? Which team is Lamare on, or is he commentating?
In 20 postseason games last year, 10
I like
runs,
watching
29
baseball, but I
hits.
don't know like all the names and stuff.
Big cut on
I
2-0.
will admit to that.
2-1.
You think of rookie of the years, Michael. You look back. I mean, was there ever a year better than Fred Lynn's rookie year in Boston?
It was amazing, amazing season.
I cut my hair too short. I just want my longer hair back, so I can actually just like put it out normally. That's on me though. I'm the one that low-key had the breakdown and cut all my hair off. So like,
2-1.
that's on me. But
It's
like,
quite an outfield then, Paul. Lynn,
let me tell
Rice,
you,
Dwight
past
Evans.
Molly was not thinking
Pretty
about
good.
future Molly. That's for damn sure. Past Matt Molly really said, "Yep, that's a future
Oh,
Molly
yes,
problem."
toward
Future
the end of
Molly
his
is
career.
not happy about it. Let me tell you that. Karen Rogers, that was funny.
Runner at first, 1 out. The 3-1 pitch is grounded softly to second. Odor has 1 play. He
Ooh,
makes it
ouch.
at first as Choi advances into scoring position.
Choi on second now. First and second are vacant. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. No score. Tampa Bay at bat.
There's Brandon Lau. Grounded through for a base hit. Choi rounds third. He's going to stop right there as Lamar throws all the way home. Good hold there.
Choi making it to third.
A base hit for Lau.
Lau making it to first.
Again, this is an AstroTurf hit, and it gets the left
Bottom
fielder
for 2
so
outs.
quick. But good break for the Yankees and Jordan Montgomery. Fastball. Lau stays inside of it and shoots it the other way. Good at that off a
That's
good
nuts.
tough lefty. Again, it gets to Lamar so quick. Choi, no chance.
So here's Mike Zunino. He grounded to third and second. The Rays have left a runner on in each of the first 3 innings. So now 2 runners on with 2 outs.
I was just looking at the clock and it reminded me that at work I was looking at the clock and I was like, yeah, that's the right time, but why isn't the second hand moving? But it was like the right time, and every 5 seconds the second hand would move. Like it would be there, there'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it would move 5 spaces. But it still showed the right time. It was really weird. I don't know why the clock was still up. I don't know why that was completely useless for me. I just thought it was weird how it just.
That's where you need it.
At the right time.
Zunino fastballs, you need to be right there on the inner
Right
half,
answer, wrong
underneath his
execution, that's for
hands.
sure.
Your guy can't get to it, but boy, if you miss out over the plate.
What is the
that earlier
fastest
video,
pitch
what he'll do with it,
in
he's got
MLB
tons of
history?
power, but if you
We're about
make
to
your
find
pitches, you get it.
Fastest pitch in MLB history.
The 0-2.
105.1 miles per hour. Cincinnati Reds. The fastest pitch ever in MLB history was 105.1 miles per hour. 105.1 miles per hour in kilometers per hour. 169 kilometers an hour. That is nuts. That is absolutely
1-2.
insane.
Strike 3. Zunino not looking and
That is nuts. A car can't even go that fast. Well, like a car can, but I'm saying like a car like that you would just drive on the road. I don't think can even make it up to that speed. Can cars actually make it up to those speeds? I don't know anything about cars. Can cars actually make it up to 169 kilometers an hour over 100 miles an hour? Is that a thing that cars can do? Or would the engine just quit? Because, like, the gauge goes, like, all the way up, like, to, like, 250 kilometers. I know race cars do. Race cars go zoom. They go zoom, zoom. Like NASCAR, they go zoom. But I can't even fathom that. The fastest that I have ever traveled in a vehicle was like, I think it was 100 miles an hour on a huge interstate in the United States, because y'all have like nuts highways. We don't have those highways in Canada. Well, maybe we do. Just not where I've ever been. We haven't had highways like that. In the United States, y'all got some crazy highways. I think it was 100 miles an hour that we were going at, was the speed limit. So I have gone that fast. And that's nuts. Because I can't even, like, wrap my head around how fast it is. Also, did y'all realize how fast planes actually go? Planes go hella fast. That's all I'm saying. Because I saw a plane fly by and it was pretty low because the airport isn't that far from here. And I was like, woof. And the plane literally just went woof. And I was like, man's be traveling so fast. And I looked online to see how fast airplanes go. I didn't know they went that fast. You be sitting on a plane like, this is great, this is fine, drinking your beverage. And then really you're just going woof. Anyways, I learn new things every day. And sometimes I ask questions or find things out that makes it seem like I've never left the house in my entire life. I was never sheltered. Ever. But for some reason in my head, I learn new things that are nuts to me. And people think I'm nuts. They're like, you act like you've never been out of a house before sometimes. And I'm like, yep. Some of the questions I ask are kind of questionable. Because it's like, how do you not know planes go fast? And I was like, well, I knew they went fast. I knew they went that fast.
And by the way, if I'm making the same volleyball team, I know Meredith can play volleyball.
Well, she played in college.
You can. Exactly.
Yeah.
So she's on my team. Now, I just want to know, should I pick you or let you go to the other side?
That one is ripped to left field. It is going to be a base hit.
Ooh, base hit!
Goes into the corner, and Allen picks up the double.
Like grabbing her face and just. She loves that.
Well, again, the Yankees
Hi,
are
honey.
trying to knock on the door, scoring a run somehow. Maybe Aaron Boone needs to tell them, hey, you know what, I'm going to pull Montgomery just to tease them. And maybe they'll throw some runs up.
Here, let me see
Because
the.
they just cannot score him runs by
Screen.
full extension by Allen. I was hoping that he would get some kind of funny hop out there off the wall and possibly turn this into three. But a good solid double to lead off the fifth for the Yankees.
So here is
You're so tiny,
LeMay.
you're just so small. You don't stop eating.
I think I have the answer to your trivia question, Paul.
I figured you would. What is it? Go and blurt it out, Michael.
It should be 3 players. No, not
Three?
No, it should be, yeah. Ichiro.
Ooh!
Ground ball.
Oh!
Diving Lau. Margot comes up throwing, but Allen's just too fast. He will score on the RBI single by LeMay. And it is 1-0 Yankees. They finally get on the board.
Yankees! One man coming home on the Yankees. Yankees
That's
now.
what he does. Puts
with
it in
one.
play to the other way.
Freaking right.
Finds a hole. You said it, Michael. Greg Allen. Great speed.
Nice.
Can outrun the
Tampa
baseball.
Bay 0,
Fine.
Yankees 1. Woo
Across
woo!
the plate. Pull those hands in.
Let's go Yankees!
Shoot it the other way. Cannot figure out why. Obviously, AstroTurf gives you a better angle. But you would pay LeMay with men in scoring position to pull.
And Judge bangs in lights.
Oh, there was a double out.
Two
Ooh,
quick
that
outs
sucks.
after they score the
That's
run.
okay, we got one. We're on the board.
And the Yankees
Blaze!
lead
What's
1-0.
going on, Blaze? Blaze radio in the house. Blaze, go Yankees and Tripper. Aw, she's doing her best. Sportscaster just mentioned.
Now, because LeMay got a big hit, maybe people in here can give the answer.
Kyo? Or Shio?
Paul's trivia question, Ichiro, while he was with the Seattle Mariners.
Ichiro.
He had played a lot in Japan, but they still considered him a rookie. And Matsui, though, Hideki Matsui, who also played a lot in Japan, they didn't vote for him for the rookie. They gave it to Ano Baroa.
Yeah.
Matsui definitely should have won it,
Right.
but he would not have gotten the MVP. 2-0 to Gary Sanchez.
Oh, that was you. Pulled out. Hello. Going down. Gary Sanchez at bat for the Yankees. 2 balls, 0 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Bases are completely empty. New York 1, Tampa Bay 0.
So the Yankees have a run, a double by Allen, a single by LeMahieu,
Hi, honey.
and they are on the board. One just missed. See if they green light Sanchez. They do. And he pops it up foul and out of play.
Ooh. Strike one.
The lefty deals. Way high. So Sanchez walks. He's on base for the first time tonight. That brings up Stanton.
Able to get the walk.
And that brings out
Stanton.
Kyle Snyder.
Caramels.
No action in the Tampa Bay Rays.
Glencarlo. Stanton.
This got rid of telecast presented by authority of the New York
bat
Yankees. It
for
may
the
not
Yankees.
be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
But we got the fair use agreement with YouTube, where I can put the audio up. I just
So, Paul, you can
cannot
count me into
put the
your
video
volleyball
up.
team. I think I get us some spikes.
Because that's illegal.
All right.
Huh?
Yeah, he's my
Just
all-time
wondering.
favorite
You
player.
were
I
holding
miss
your
him.
answer back. I thought maybe you
Oh!
were just saying, you know, while
Nice,
going on the
Martine.
team, because I'm not going to hold my own, but you're tall enough, you can spike a few at the net.
Sure, I'll help you out. 0-1 on Stanton. He has walked and struck out.
Hi, Tripper, honey.
So Montgomery has his run.
Honey, you're slobbering. Good.
And I was sitting behind third base for the Yankee Red Sox game on Saturday. Took my family, Paul, and just watching
Look at your
his
little
whole body lifts toward the pitcher. He's leaning. Is that unusual to lean toward the pitcher right before the pitch is coming? So he looks straight up here.
You know, yeah, he literally doesn't use like a weight transfer, you know, to get back to come forward to drive power because he is so strong. But right now, he's still collapsing on his front side a little bit. And when you do that, it's going to make you make a decision a little bit too quick. And also, it's going to make you late on the fastball.
And we keep seeing that a lot. The breaking ball very, very low and out of the strike zone. But the Yankees get a
top of the fifth is over. We are now in the middle of the fifth. Go ahead, Tripper. You do you. You do what you need to do. Hello. If y'all have not seen my cat yet, this is my cat. Her name is Tripper. She is 16 years old. She is a calico. I don't know whether that's medium hair or short hair. I would say medium hair. You got a good amount of hair on you. And she is very soft, and I love her. Hey, buddy, look at your little toes. Look at your little paws. Look at the floppy little paws. Oh my goodness, honey. You're just so cute and so precious. Look at your little floppy paws. Look at your little floppy paws. Anyways, hey buddy. Yes, I know. I know you're upset I didn't cuddle you this morning. But I cuddled you all last night, and even during the day, she will come and cuddle me always. But she still gets upset with me. Even if I leave just to go to the grocery store and then come back, she's upset with me. She'll walk around the house meowing for me, and then I get home, and then she just meows at me. And I'm like it's really excited that I'm home, and I'm like, honey, I was gone for like maybe 5 minutes. Hey, what's going on? Say Slam. Siam? I cannot pronounce names, I will say that. Sabacium? 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 I'm not good pronouncing names. SABAI space SIAM, saying cheers. Cheers. How you doing? How you doing? I'm Molly. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm not good with names, so if I pronounce anyone's names wrong, like, nothing, like, personal, because I just can't pronounce it. Who's screaming in the hallway? I just heard a child scream in the hallway.
Come back and get going offensively.
Oh, baby, yeah, she's just precious.
Yeah,
I have a kitty too.
missed the guy
Aww.
who led the majors in home runs
Her
last
name's
year with
Osiris.
22.
Oh my gosh, that's so
You know, they're
precious.
expecting
I love
more,
that.
they're saying, this year, and he just
I
hasn't
love
been
her.
able to
She's
stay
my
on the
baby.
field. Thank you, Meredith.
She is 16 years
Leon
old,
Kiermaier.
and I have had her
There's
since
strike over
I
two.
was 4 years old. And I'm almost 20,
9-2
so
in the Tampa Bay order against
she's
Jordan
been with me my whole
Montgomery.
life. She's really old. She doesn't look it though. She's like this, like she's really small. When she lays down like a loaf of bread, my foot is the size of her. I'm a size 11 shoe, by the way, in women's, 9.5 men's. I can never find shoes. Oh!
Foul away.
That was a nice pitch, though.
Kiermaier grounded out to first. That was in the third.
How did they curve the ball? Like, I know they do, like, this thing where, like, they hold it like this or something, and then when they pitch it, they kind of rotate a bit to, like, curve it, but I still don't understand how the physics of a curved ball works.
He had 2 IL stints so far this year. Missed 10 games in April. Strained left quad. 8 games in May with a sprained left wrist. He was taken out of a game, though, in May, Paul, because of an eyelash.
Kevin Kamara,
Yeah, that hit social media. That was one that was kind of hard
At
to
bat?
understand. But
for Tampa Bay
It happened.
at the bottom of the
He
5th.
said this stuff
0
don't happen
outs,
to me.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, no, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'll tell you what, if I had to come out of a game because of an
New
eyelash,
York
I'd make another
in the
excuse
lead
for 2.
with 1,
You
and Tampa
pretty much
Bay
have to.
sitting at 0.
That one is hit sharply right at LeMahieu, 1 away. He missed getting a hit there by an eyelash.
Jordan
I'm a
Montgomery,
charger.
as well
I'll
as
feel
he's
like
pitched,
two
a little run support. He deserves a few breaks. Ball hit pretty hard, but right at LeMahieu. First out here.
Margot takes a strike from Montgomery. Yankees lead 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning.
is so cool. Oh my gosh.
Margot has missed 15 games with a strained right hamstring. His first game back, and he's walked.
We had Chinese
Stole
food for
base in
dinner,
an
so I
infield
have
single, and Chad Green's up
Fauci kids.
as Montgomery's pitch count creeps up.
Ah. I'm gonna knock over my water.
So here's pitch.
Hydrate yourself, everybody. Drink your water. Drink your water, hydrate yourself, you'll feel better. But don't take too much. Don't drink too much, because then you might actually die. So, like, don't have too much water. But, like,
kind of evolve as a really,
drink
really
a
good
good amount.
starting pitcher because he had that dominant curveball in Boston.
Drink
Don't know
enough
that he's
water
had
to
his
keep your
best
kidneys in
curveball
check.
tonight, but a lot of other pitches have worked. He's mixed up, uses fastball more, that changeup. But he has been so solid last 5 or 6 times out that I think Aaron Boone looks forward to the day when Jordan Montgomery takes the hill for the Yankees.
Swing.
Oh, zoom
Kick
off
to the
forces
glove of
on.
Sanchez, 2-1.
Ooh! This is Montgomery's 4th strikeout
It's another changeup.
this game.
Actually, that's a cutter. It just kind of stayed right there. Margot just swings right through it. sometimes when they don't break, Michael, it makes them more effective because as a hitter, you're waiting for that ball to break. You pick up the spin, and it just stays right there.
There's a breakdown of his pitch arsenal as he takes on Franco. 1-0. Last 2 seasons, the #1 prospect in all of baseball by Baseball America, Baseball Prospectus, and MLB Pipeline. He is considered can't miss. 5-tool player. And on a 20 to 80 scouting scale, his hit tool is 80. And Franco put it this way: I've got the tools to be a superstar. I want to be in the Hall of Fame.
In Chicago, you know, I was looking at his 20 years. He's born in March of 2001.
That's wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
He'd be born in 2001. Playing in the major league, homered in his debut. Thought, wow, this is an easy league, and then he has cooled off a little bit.
Explore with someone new.
Talk about
What?
confidence. He
Explore
made the
an
baseball
unpaved
logo
road with a
tattooed
new
on his
friend.
neck. So, I mean, you gotta make it if you're gonna
And
put
me
that
is
logo
friend.
on your neck. There it is.
Nouvelle amie is new friend, yeah. Explore an unpaved road with a new friend.
And he works a wall.
Sick.
It would be like the two of us, Paul, putting the yes logo
2
on our
outs.
neck before Flip, hired us.
First occupied.
No. Not when you can see it.
86% saying Yankees. They're cheering for the Yankees. Freaking right,
So
let's go
here's Nelson
Yankees.
Cruz with a runner on first and 2 outs.
Hi, Tripper. Tripper tries to eat these fortune cookies, by the way.
Swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Good curveball.
I'll have to stop her because she will eat them.
It's probably Jordan Montgomery's last inning, so this is a huge out for him. And you see why they brought Cruz over versus lefties, 362, and that's what this team needs, is somebody that can take care of lefties. Be very careful in this at bat, Jordan Montgomery.
Good things come in invisible packages.
2 outstanding breaking balls as Sanchez with a snap throw to first. Franco's
Good
back.
things come in invisible packages.
You see the difference. And, you look at
What does that
Stan
mean?
and how closed he is, and then you look at Nelson Cruz on how he starts open to get a good look at the pitcher and then closes up before the ball gets there. It's all just about the comfort of a hitter. Everybody does things a little bit differently.
Nice block by Sanchez, keeping Franco at first.
Apparently 10's a pretty lucky number for me. I don't think I'm supposed to say that because then it won't happen.
Swing and a tip into the glove of Sanchez as Cruz strikes out. 5 strong innings for Montgomery.
Strikeout! It's the end of the 5th. After this commercial break, we're going to be going to the top of the 6th. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monster Sports and Entertainment. I'm your host, Molly. Hope everyone's doing great today. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up on your way in. Little thing. They're putting a roundabout in my city where you don't need a roundabout. What they're doing is they pass the bill in our city, or whatever it's called. They pass the motion in our city to be able to have synchronized traffic lights. And I swear to you, they've already started to do it because driving is so much better. Instead of having to start, stop every 5 freaking minutes. And, okay, they put up, this is what they did. they said, hey, look, we're getting rid of these lights on this street. And people were like, good, we don't need lights there. And then they said, but we're going to put in lights on one of the busiest streets in a place that's not needed. Which is on the corner of a little place, Arthur and Ford Street, which is Ford Street. Nobody goes down Ford Street. And it was timed. It was always timed. And I think because of the new, thing, they're making it so it's not timed, luckily, because when it's 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 if you're coming home from an evening shift, and then it turns red, you're like, there's nobody around. Why is the light turning red? So they said, we're going to take the traffic light. And everyone was like, woo. And then they said, but we're going to put in a traffic light here where it's not needed at all, where it's completely useless. So that's what they did. And then everybody was like, oh, what the heck? And then they're like, but wait, we're getting rid of another one at this intersection over here. And people were like, oh my gosh, you're getting rid of that intersection. Then they said, we're going to put a roundabout there. So they're installing a roundabout in this area where a roundabout is not needed, but they're trying to do it to increase the flow of traffic. But let me tell you something right now. People in my city are stupid drivers. They don't know what they're doing. So I can just sit on the corner with popcorn and just watch it play out of how people are going to try to navigate this roundabout. There's only one roundabout in our city, which is on the other side of the city at the waterfront that barely anybody goes to. Barely anybody has to go around that area, and it's a really simple little roundabout. It's just a roundabout. Roundabouts aren't that hard to figure out. But let me tell you, the people in our city and the drivers that I see in our city, they can't even drive a straight line. So good luck throwing them in a roundabout and seeing what happens there. Anyways, I hope it's not one of those. I think it's a 2-lane street, so it's going to be probably a 2-lane roundabout.
So here's
and that's going to be rough because it's going to be
a
freaking vacation with the Griswolds situation to Paris, and they got stuck in the roundabout right in the middle.
Very good shape. He's at 75 here.
That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's not going to be good unless
strikes, 26 balls.
Unless it works out fine, but I doubt it will because people in our city don't know how to drive. It's going to be a fun time.
There's a strike.
If there is not some sort of accident there or collision within the first month of that area being open again, I'm going to be shocked.
Boone and the Yankees. So he is on some kind of a roll.
Because of a roundabout?
Yeah, the way
I don't think it's needed there.
It's almost criminal that he has a 3-5 record, and I know that this day and age, you can't control your run support. You can't control.
It's been hot AF outside with no rain.
Somebody pitches that well.
So the province is on fire. But the construction workers can get done on their construction quickly. But we're on fire. So there's over 150 forest fires or something burning in the region.
I don't believe, Paul, that they desensitize pitchers to the point that they don't care about wins. They do care about wins.
You know what? It's very easy to say, you're supposed to do this. Pitches, get to the bullpen, this and yeah, but wins and losses are
we need that Dubai technology, what they did in Dubai, where they just electrified the clouds, and then all of a sudden it just poured rain, because it was so hot there.
To me, it still resonates as a pitcher.
That's what we need. It's hot here.
Yes. Got it through the right side, a base hit.
We're on fire.
Torres is going to third, the throw, not in time. So
Nice!
Freaking
right.
And the Yankees have runners on first and third with nobody
As Bill Nye said, the world is on effing fire.
Outdoor
Literally is.
really
Like, all of
commands
Mexico
the
was on
inner
fire.
half of the plate.
I thought that was fake. I thought it was out of a movie. Apparently it was real. When I seen it, I was like, I thought it was
misses.
fake.
It kind of hangs right there where he's able to get to it, and get around it and hook it in the hole. And a good read by Gleyber Torres looking behind. No help for Phil Nevin, knowing that ball got through to the outfield, easily runs into third.
Oh, damn. Wasn't prepared for Judgment Day, but it was like, oh my god.
So Allure with that single has extended his hitting streak to 8 straight. First and third, nobody out here is Urshela. And that one is lined into left center field. It's a base hit.
Yes,
Let's see
run,
if it flips the outfielders. It's
yes,
broken again by
yes.
Kiermaier. And they're going to wave home Odor. Here's the throw. Here's the play.
a big inning for the Yankees here. Now that you've got great starting pitching, every run.
It was a
that you
fuzzy
get
on the ground.
going, this is gonna help that bullpen.
I thought it was a bug. It was a fuzzy from my
He's
blanket.
hit some
Woo!
really good at-bats
I don't know
today.
what this
First
was.
time up, the line drive to left.
That was weird,
Big
but
double here.
it happened.
Score another run. Same pitch.
Woo! Let's freaking go!
That much bite.
Let's go New York! Woo! Yay!
See, he's out in front, a little around it, but he stays through it, and it just.
I don't know how to cheer without getting aggressive, so I'm trying to like cheer without getting
Good things
aggressive.
are gonna happen.
I lived in America South. Our summers are brutal. Oh my gosh, I bet. The American South must be like nuts. I'm in Canada and we're getting like 97, 100 degree weather here. In Canada. I'm not used to this weather. If I want this weather, I go on vacation somewhere hot. I don't want this. I'm good. I like it hot, but not so hot that it's hard to breathe. Not only is it hard to breathe because it's hot, but it's hard to breathe because there's smoke all in the air because of the fires around us. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Now, these are the at-bats, and you hate to do it, but if you're Aaron Boone, and you have to walk down and say, you know what, we need that next run.
So I can't even imagine
over there.
living in Southern America
hit the ball the other way
right now.
At least get him to third base.
Because, geez Louise.
Out right there did nothing other than give McClanahan an opportunity to save a run.
Greg Allen swings at the first pitch and grounds it foul. Spirited discussion between Torres and O'Doyle. There's a strike 0-2. Allen didn't like the call.
Don't boo him!
Swing and a miss. Big strikeout of Allen.
Strikeout.
Remains at second, so 2 down.
2 out. Oh shit.
That'll leave it up to
2 outs.
Mayhew to try to play personally.
If anyone was here last trip, why did it sound like the goat scream? Ah!
See, that slider
Jeez.
didn't just
Anyways.
spin. It had a little downward movement.
If y'all
at
seen
the
the
end.
last stream,
That's why you get the swing in the
I
miss.
had my blizzard and I was like, Dairy Queen Blizzard, and I turned it upside down and it fell on the ground.
Should be able to really spin
I
a
was so
baseball.
sad. It was really funny though.
Be able to break that
Are
slider
you
up,
serious?
too.
With the weather and everything on fire? Yes, it's insane.
So Mayhew has 2 hits off McClanahan.
There's been so many, like, I feel so bad for people because there's so many communities that have had to evacuate because the smoke has gotten so bad, or it's just there's fire everywhere.
Yankees lead 3-0
It's nuts.
against the Rays.
Because in Northern Ontario, we have lots of trees. There's lots and lots of trees.
1-1.
So the fire doesn't necessarily stop. Like in the United States, there's like we're just like all clustered with trees, and then just like cities and like a city and like like the different communities and reserves and stuff.
Bottom of the 6th inning.
Because we're the biggest city in northwestern Ontario. Everyone's coming here. So hotels are booked up, all the camps are booked up, Airbnbs are booked up, and people are trying to find places to go because there's nowhere to go because here we're all booked up with places. So people have to just like evacuate their homes because the skies are like red
A big double.
and everything's on fire.
Shell
It's
give
nuts.
the Yankees some breathing.
I feel so bad. And the firefighters are doing their best, but they can't like really get anything out of control. It's nuts.
Here's Margot to retire on the side and save a run. But the Yankees
Margot caught that ball. He dove for that thing. And he freaking caught it. That was nice. That was nice. I'm cheering for the Yankees, but that was nice. But yeah, it's like, it's insane. Also, static is happening with the green screen, which means that I have to go get the lamp, because it's starting to get darker earlier now. So yeah. Oh, and also the moon and the sun are like red. I wonder if I can find it. This is what the sun looks like constantly. This is what the sun was looking like. It was like bright red. Oh, you can't even see it. Because of the green screen, I don't think you can actually see like the color of it. Oh no, you can't. You can barely see it because of the green screen. Because of the yellowish hue to it, but it's like red. Like it's like bright orange, like pumpkin orange. And even down in London, Ontario, they're like the sun and moon are like look at that. That's what it look. Oh, you can barely see it, but it's like really red. You can barely see it, but it's like nuts.
Ran through that stop sign. Give him a high five for scoring a run.
Phone even charging? Oh yeah, it is. I'm making tea, by the way.
And the way it turned out, again, we can't subscribe to the fallacy, the predetermined outcome, but if he stayed at third, he wouldn't have scored. It was a shallow fly ball and left, couldn't score on that. Allen struck out, and then LeMahieu, a nice play by Morgo, ended it. So running through the stop sign got the Yankees one they might not have gotten. 2-2. Still 2-2. You see that tape on the neck of Diaz? And Paul, you know all these things. I'm watching the Olympics, a lot of the athletes. What does that tape do?
Well, it's supposed to put pressure or kind of pull, and it's supposed to be pain relief. I don't know that it works. I've never really tried it, but I have read about it. I've seen it on a lot of athletes, especially elbows and knees. And you believe in it, Michael? It works.
Yep. Shoulders as well. So, Marilyn, you've had your injuries as an athlete. What does that tape do?
Makes no sense to me. Like, let's put this tape on.
Michael, it's KT tape, and it essentially stretches things out. It's supposed to keep you loose throughout and make sure that you don't injure things further. So you see it there. A lot of people like to use it. It became popular over the last couple of years, and you'll probably see a lot more of it in the future.
See if you could grab me some of that tape, Meredith, please.
Happily, I'll send you some right now.
Thank you.
Just need your address.
You know,
I'll
Meredith,
Amazon to you immediately.
If I use that tape, everything that hurts in the morning, I look like a mummy. I mean, when you get out of bed, everything hurts. It's just like, how much tape can you use?
That was guy.
Manning the
Same
fourth down
here.
for St. Pete.
I have to tell you guys, it's weird here. Being here all alone, the rest of the crew is not here. You guys are at Yankee Stadium. Paul, I don't know where you're at right now. Somewhere in Studio 21. Not sure what stadium.
But you did hear, Meredith, that I drafted you for our sand volleyball game when we come down there next time, though. So you're on board. Right?
And I do appreciate that. Though my vertical is not the same as it used to be, I still think my lateral movement would be case.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
Yeah, that's a real stretch, Meredith. The 3-0. There's a strike.
Defensively, a little better in the sand, Michael.
No, it said that be like
So a 3-1 count on Choi. And he calls time. Three-one pitch. Just missed upstairs. So Choi walks. That brings up a Rosarena. And it brings us around the majors, brought to you by Norwegian Cruise Line. Book now and get free open bar and so much more. Bad news about Steven Strasburg. He's going to undergo thoracic outlet surgery. No?
I mean, it might be copyright music. I don't know. But we're not taking that chance. At all. My arm looks so tiny like that. Hello. Welcome. I don't even know how I live in my own body. I don't know how my brain works. My friends say that they wish they could come inside like my head for like a little bit just to like understand my head. I don't even understand my own head. So like.
Kim? Throughout Major League Baseball, there are rumors. And Paul, for the most part, I guess, most of your career, you did not have that threat of an in-season trade, right? I'm not sure if you did with the Reds.
No, I heard a little bit going on there, and then I heard a lot in the offseason that I was going to be traded. Actually got traded in November. But, I was not part of a lot of trade rumors. But, it's got to kind of scramble your mind as an everyday player, not knowing you're going to be here tomorrow, and what's rumors and what's true. And there's so many things going on now. And you said by Friday, a lot of things will happen in baseball. They've started already. There's a lot of players that, could be moving. But a lot of times you hear about all these things, and believe me, they don't always happen.
This is how close this was to strike three. A good take by Rosarena. So Green finally gets a sign that he likes. 2-2. I always hear players talk about, or at least managers and GMs, the players just have to play. It can't be a distraction. I don't know how it can't be a distraction. Because if you get traded in mid-season, you got to pick up your family, you got to move. It's got to be very distracting.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I mean, when you're traded in the minor leagues and your wife and kids aren't involved yet in your life because you're so young, and then all of a sudden you become a major leaguer, you develop a family, a home, and the next thing you know, you've got to uproot everything. Sure, it's a distraction. There's no way it can't be. Maybe there's 3 hours between the lines, but all the other things that go around it, they'll kind of clutter your life a little bit.
Well, Nelson Cruz went through it. It cannot be easy to just uproot your whole life, and other businesses it doesn't happen. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. That would have been ball four, so Rosarena strikes out. 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
Jack Green went to a breaking ball. Got him waving out in front. Obviously, no doubt about it. He went. A gutsy call there.
And Brandon Lau singled his last time up. 3-0 Yankees. chasing Troy back.
I got a caramel apple.
Nice backhand stab there by Sanchez, keeping Troy over first.
I would think, Michael, though, if you think about these trades, and, you know, I was traded in November in the offseason, and I was thinking, you know, they don't want me, so they're going to trade you. That's kind of the feeling you get as a player. But if you're one of those hired guns, like David Cone was in his career, and Nelson Cruz here, I would think that you feel very wanted to go and try to help a team win immediately.
Fly ball in the left center field. On the run is Lamar, and that ball is gone. And opposite field, 2-run
Home run! A 2-run home run by Tampa Bay, which makes the score now New York 3, Tampa Bay 2. That sucks.
It's kind of deja vu all over again, Michael. After Montgomery throws a great game, you go to the bullpen, and now it's 3-2. When we talked about Brandon Lau, 8 home runs in his last 23 games. Well, make that 9 in his last 24. And here come the Rays, right back in the game.
There's a strike.
Come on, New York.
The breaking ball, and if it doesn't have sharp break, Brandon Lau doesn't try to pull it. Tell you what, Michael, this wasn't a first row. That ball got out with ease.
Now, there has to be concern. All the way, Green is pitching. It's an important part of this bullpen, and he's been touched up in some big spots. Now, we need this game.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I look back at that game in Texas or in Houston where, you know, they put Green in instead of Chapman, and it just didn't end up well. And to me, you kind of lost two things there. You lost Chapman's ability to bounce back, and you also lost Green's confidence for a while. Now it seems like he's having a little bit of trouble getting it back.
Clutch to a fastball, 2-2.
Come on, get him out.
That was not a cheapie, as Paul said. It was the other way. His 22nd home run of the year. Scott the other way and out of play.
Let's go Yankees. Get him out.
Getting somebody up in the pen. He ducks under that one. Checks the swing. 3-2. Weiziger is up. 3-2. Breaking ball, no bite, so Zunino works a walk.
Getting a walk. Zunino with the walk.
So that's the tying run on first base here in the bottom of the sixth. And Blake will come out and talk with Green.
The way this bullpen has gone, Michael, I can see some things changing as a possibility of, you know, okay, this is the way we've got it set up. You've got the 7th, you've got the 8th. Now there's almost going to have to be an immediate read if you're Aaron Boone, you know, and you look at Chad Green or Weiziger or any of them that have been very good. There are going to be nights where they don't have their best stuff, and you're just not going to have to trust them throughout an inning. You're just going to have to go and find somebody to get outs, because you're almost to the point where you're playing every single game as a must-win. That's just the way it is. I mean, you can't look around and say, hey, you're going to get me through the 7th. If you don't have your stuff in the 7th, I'm going to somebody else. That's just the way it's going to have to be managed.
It's a great point, and because the use of the bullpen over the years has become so formulaic where everybody has an inning, and now because you've got to have a pitcher face 3 batters minimum, I mean, a lot of damage can be done in 3 batters as well. And that was the thing that even Boone said was a legitimate second guess on Sunday. You know, Loaisiga gave up 3 straight hits, and Britton was ready, and he allowed Loaisiga to face Kike Hernandez, who got the big hit. You know, you could have brought in Britton there. Would have been a lefty against the righty, but again, Don Mattingly once told me the worst thing a manager could do is have a bullpen that doesn't do its job. He said because the pitchers don't get blamed, the manager gets blamed.
Right, but you know, the read on that was Loaisiga, and we're going back to the Boston game.
Come on, strike him out.
Good fastball here. They weren't cheap hits. Those balls were all hit extremely hard, and that's the read from a manager. All right, my guy does not have it. He's getting hit hard. They're not bleeders through the infield.
Chad Green pitching for the Yankees still.
Hit sharply right at Odor. He goes to
Nice.
first and gets Kiermaier, and that'll do it. But the Rays get 2 runs on the lap.
Perfect. That's nuts. I'm gonna see if we get some music going here, cause oh, that's the dashboard. There's music. Modern time. Let's see what this is.
Three 9-0 for the Yankees, 2-6-0 for Tampa Bay. And new pitcher for the Rays, Andrew Kittredge.
Andrew Kittredge
Now, speaking of Seattle,
coming in
they
for the
made
Rays as a pitcher.
Previous trade right before we came on the air, where they traded their closer, Kendall Graveman, who was having an unbelievable year. They traded him to the Astros for Joe Smith and Abraham Toro. So it was Graveman and Rafael Montero. And there were reports that trade did not go down very well in Seattle's clubhouse, subtracting a player of such import when they're actually playing well and making a run. As Judge goes down on strikes. I mean, there's so much that has to be taken into consideration.
Damn.
When you make deals.
Aaron Judge out on strikes.
What are the players going to think? What's the message that's going to be sent?
Yeah, you don't know how much of a boost it is when you're a player on a team with a chance. When you add somebody, it just like everybody gets fired up behind it. This is going to help us get over the hump. And on the other end, when you think that you're still in it and you see players starting to leave and you know your chances are really, really dwindling.
And there are some players that are pretty darn important in that room as well as on the field. And Nelson Cruz was one of those guys. Now, the Twins are out of it, but it was supposedly an emotional scene when he went into that clubhouse to tell the team that he had been traded to Tampa Bay, and there were tears, and he had tears. That's how important he was. And Rocco Baldelli said, in all my years in baseball, he might be the best clubhouse guy I've ever seen. And that was another reason why the Rays got him, because what the Rays did is they put his locker right next to Wander Franco.
Mm-hmm. These kind of things, it's not only what you do on the field, but what you do off the field, the experience you bring to a team. And, you talk about Cruz, you go back to his days in Texas, he's played in World Series, he's had a phenomenal career, so it can only help.
The 1-2 to Sanchez. Fouled away, still 1-2. School's in session right after the bell rings. The 1-2. Still 1-2.
Come on, Yankees.
He goes around. 2 away.
Strike go down.
Kittredge has had a good year. He's a sinker slider guy. 95 is a sinker with a lot of sliders. It was foreseen once in a while, but just because of the old school saying the sinker slider, the spin is completely different. That's where he has success against righties.
Kittredge was a last-minute addition to the American League All-Star team. He had an All-Star break planned with his trip to Disney. 2-year-old son, wife. And on the night before the game, they were at the Rainforest Cafe. Kevin Cash called. And Andrew said, I need to ask my wife. And she said, of course you're going to the All-Star game. So Disney has to wait for another day.
The Rainforest Cafe, boy, that takes me back to my kids were really young.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to one of those?
Yeah.
Through the rainforest and you hear the thunder and the lightning.
Oh, yeah. Three and 2 on Stanton.
Oh, that's actually cold. Wait. Oh. That's hot.
Kittredge has struck out the first 2 Yankees, Judge and Sanchez. Stanton just got a piece on the slider.
No secret what Kevin Cash has done here. You bring in Kittredge extremely tough on righties. You got Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez, and Stanton. So, I mean, well-placed, well-coach's decision here to bring him in, try to get through the seventh.
And Stanton works his second walk of the game, so no contact night so far. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Well, Paul, the Yankees have taught us that phrase is lanes. You look for lanes to bring in, and that's why Tampa Bay has always been effective against the Yankees of late. The Yankees are so right-handed, and they've got hard-throwing right-handers. They bring in one after another, and there are lanes there, and very few places that could bite you. So now here's Torres, another righty batter, but Odor is on deck as a lefty batter. Oh, and 1.
Look at Cortez there. I mean, there's no other reason other than the Tampa Bay struggles against lefties, and Jordan Montgomery had a great outing. So what are you going to do? You got to bring him back, give him a start tomorrow, try to keep that going.
And then Garrett Cole will pitch on Thursday afternoon. 1-1. 2-1 on Torres. The 2-1 pitch. Chopped to third. It's a fair ball. Long throw. And he bounces over to Choi to get Torres for the final out.
Well, the 7th, going to the bottom of the 7th after the commercial break is over. These commercials, because I forgot that it's all like New York commercials. They're doing like commercials from like New York and New Jersey. On the ground, and I got scared again. So it keeps, because I thought it was a bug again, but it was just a fuzzy. Anthony Fauci. See New York's very own Pix 11. So it's all like, it's all New York stuff.
Shane McClanahan had 6 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts.
How's everyone doing tonight?
2-run double in the 6th, and Brandon Lau has made it
Everyone's
tight
doing
with
well.
a 2-run home run against Chad Green in the 6th. The Yankees make the call to the bullpen, brought to you by Mattress Firm. And they'll go to Jonathan Loizaga, trying to bounce back from that rough outing on Sunday. And there's the strike. Top of the order for the Rays, starting with Margot. Open 2.
I was gonna say, because I went,
Loizaga
and then I stopped.
no attempt.
Have you guys ever heard about the mattress?
Sunday.
the mattress
I just
store
didn't
laundering
have it.
conspiracy theory,
It hit everything.
where there's so many mattress stores and people don't
And he was
understand
so
why there's so many
apologetic.
mattress stores. If
But he's been so great for the Yankees.
you have to
that
get a new mattress
this
like
is
every 8
allowed
years or
him to
whatever it
stay.
is, and they're like, why is there so many
We'll
mattress
see how he
stores?
bounces back. Remember,
And
he
how are
had
they
not
staying in
pitched in a while.
business
He was on the COVID IL
for so
that
long?
was his first time working 2 days
And
in a
there's
row.
and then there's like a conspiracy that it's actually like money laundering, and that's why there's so many mattress stores.
Double-barreled action.
Is because
and
that's
he
where they're
plays
laundering the
football.
money is there. And I was like, honestly, like,
The 0-2 outside.
would be a good
1
cover.
and 2.
Will not lie, but like,
17
you don't have
of
like
his previous
50 million of
18
them
games before
in
Sunday
like a city.
were scores.
Like,
So an
jeez.
out of nowhere bad game for Loizaga Sunday. Joe's got a piece of the curveball to stay alive.
Tell you what, that is a wicked break. I mean, that curveball is breaking from the inside part of the plate all the way off the outside part. And Margot has had a couple of bats tonight where he has battled. He's a guy you need to keep off the bases. Has good speed.
Hi everybody.
Try to
I
jam
just want
in
to
here
squirt some
with the
caramel in my
two-seamer.
mouth. Like,
Swing and a miss. Right in his kitchen. 1 away.
ooh! New York getting an out. Frickin' rights.
Talk about good pitching. You talk about a nasty curveball and then come right back at 98. Hitters just cannot adjust that quick on that. I mean, that ball's still moving inside.
Woo.
Great pitch.
That was a very nice pitch, I will say.
So here's the 20-year-old Wander Franco.
Franco's only 20 years old.
0-1.
Did you just say 20 years old? Did y'all just say that Wander Franco's 20 years old? He's my age.
Bronco
And he's in
all
the
night,
MLB.
and you go back to his splits.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
the first time we've seen him hit from the left side in the minor leagues. 326 from the right, 308 from the left. So he pretty much does everything in the minor leagues. It's not brought to the
Ooh,
big
out,
league level
frickin'
yet,
rights.
but offensively, it's going to be fun to watch. 20 years old. for a
20
long
years
time.
old.
So he grounds that one to Urshela. And that's going to bring up Nelson Cruz.
That's my age. Man's in the MLB at 20 years old. I could barely get up out of bed in the morning and I'm 20 years old. My God.
The curveball just misses the outside corner. 1-0 on Cruz. Cruz 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Yandy Diaz is on deck. Well, that hurt.
Did man get hit? It happened. He throws a ball so fast and so many things happen. I was glued to the screen. What even happened? Did he hit his
Actually, a
ankle or something?
change-up, but it did have the action of a two-seamer.
Oh!
See,
It
fouled
hit his
off
leg.
back leg.
Oh
Means
no!
how deep
He
got
hit it
in
and it hit his like
before He
calf.
swung at it. Ouch.
Oof. Ball hit his calf. Yikes. Poor Cruz. I mean, like, I'm not cheering for the team, but just like, ow. I'm I'm 27. I feel old.
Good pitch, 2-2.
And like I did nothing with my life.
This stuff is so
Says
good.
Martine. But 27 is still young though.
Sunday ball was just such a shock.
27 is still young. It's never. I've realized
Tonight
that you
see
can never
it-
be
it's
too
awkward to even say his
old
breaking ball is breaking
to
too
do what
much,
you
and
love.
his fastball is
like if you want to do
97,
something and you have
It's
ideas,
been nasty tonight. I mean, there's
Do
a
it.
defensive swing.
just do it. You know.
One of the elite power hitters in the American League.
Just like Jim Carrey once said. Jim Carrey said that his father told him this. And he said, "You can fail at what you don't love, so
Choo-choo.
why not try what you
Breaking
love?"
ball, and this is outside
Is basically
3-2.
what it was saying. So if you fail at what you don't love, you might as well try something that you love. Because then you can at least say, "Hey, I tried." Like, I'm just finished my second year at university. I'm going into my third year. And I'm almost 20 years old. Like next week I'm gonna be 20. But
Who's hanging in there?
next week's my birthday. I need to go out. I can get free dessert. I get a free Starbucks drink. I don't get
41
Starbucks
years
often because it's
old.
way overpriced. But like,
Battling
Because-
some nasty stuff.
but yeah.
2 away, bottom of the 7th. Yankees up by 1. 3-2 pitch. Swing
Ooh.
and a miss. Got him. On a changeup.
Got him out. So by the time I graduate university, I'm going to be 21 years old. I'm going to be 21 years old when I graduate university of the registered nurse program, the RN program. So I'm going to be still really young at that time. Like 21 years old is hella young. And I'm going to be an RN, a nurse. So like that's going to be fun. Well, you have to see how the NCLEX goes. Because if I have to like continue to redo the NCLEX, I might be 22 by the time I get my license. But like, of course, making fun of myself is part of my humor. Honestly, self-deprecation can be just great humor. It's also one of those things, like, if you like have like self-deprecation humor, you know what I mean? What are people gonna make fun of you for? No one can make fun of you. Because you're like, I've already made fun of myself. I've heard it all from myself. So, like, self-deprecation. Love it. I have kind of a messed up sense of humor at times. Like, some things I laugh at and I'm like, oh. I'm like, ooh. Ooh. There's this one, where is it? If I can find it. My card got declined at Chuck E. Cheese and they kept my kid. Sorry, Kevin, the rat is your father now. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was really funny. Goes to a family dinner. Some woman I've never seen in my life. I cleaned your ass when you were little. That's true. You go to a family event and this random woman that you've never seen in your entire life is just like, oh my gosh, you're so big. Oh my gosh, you've grown up to be such a beautiful young lady. Oh my goodness, I used to hold you when you were younger. I used to change your diapers. I'm like, oh, nice. Who is that? Who are they? I'm like, and then I'd go over to another family member, because this has happened before, and I've gone over to, like, my grandmother and been like, who is that? I don't know who that is. And one time I was like, I have no idea who that person is. And she was like, that's your cousin. And I was like, I had no idea. My family is so big. I'm like, that's my cousin? Oh. Like, yeah, that's like your older cousin. I'm like, oh. Okay. Like, I just get, like, so confused.
Michael, this is what I was talking about earlier about the read.
I'm like,
You're almost
where
gonna
is this
have to get
person?
to this point. So if you're ever in Boone, you got Zach Britton up in the bullpen. So automatically, it's the 8th inning? Or do you look
I
at
feel the
wise
same
and
way
go,
at
"God,
23,
did
says
you
Johnny.
see
Johnny, you're
he
23.
had-" So do you go with him and get through the 8th? I don't know. To me,
Like
every game in
quote
a
Monty
one-run game
Python.
is a
Always look
must-win.
on the bright side of
But
life.
Wise
Facts.
is throwing the ball as well as he can right now. Very hard for
Facts,
me to pull
Martine.
him, but
As much as
paper
it's
says
hard
it's
to,
accurate.
yes. It's very
Should
hard
get
to
you
see the
the
bright
eight,
side of life.
You tell me.
It's very easy to focus on the negative.
It's a really good point. We've seen him.
Especially when it seems like nowadays with the current world that we live in, that the bad seems to outweigh the good. So you gotta find the good in there to give you some sort of hope for
And
humanity.
that ended up costing him. So they have very defined roles, and also they have much conviction about how many pitches to use a guy and how many innings to go with him, so they have him the next day. So there's a lot that goes into it, but you're right.
Come on, New York!
These
Top
games
of
are
the 8th.
really, really important, and it almost dictates that you just stay with the hot hand. 2-2. 3-2. Rip foul into an empty Rays bullpen.
Well, you can see middle of the plate, inner half. Odor is it on everything. If you get the ball away is when he has trouble. Boy, lefty, righty, doesn't matter. Inner half of the plate, good swings every time.
The lefty Springs delivers. Another foul ball. You see Sessa and Chapman.
My cousin's getting married this Saturday. There's like limited guests though, because of like the whole COVID thing. Because when they were like planning it.
That against a tough lefty as Odor works a walk. Third time he's on tonight, 2 walks and a single and a run scored. And he did hold up. Here is Gio Urshela. A couple of doubles tonight. 2 ribbies. His double in the 6th inning is now the difference in this game as the Yankees lead by 1.
Let's
That
go,
made it
New
3-0.
York. Get out of the park, get out of the park. Nice hit, nice hit, nice hit. Shoot, son of a bitch.
And he tries a push bunt foul.
Am I reconnected? I should be.
Second
And then
home
I
run for
can
Lamar, 4th ribby.
work and
And he
with
gave it a ride
like
the other way.
pretty quickly I should be able to pay off
the big sacrifice
my
fly in
student
Yankee
student loan,
Stadium.
hopefully.
Actually,
I hope
think
within
it
a
was
few
single
years
to drive in the game-winning run.
I'd be able to pay off my loan.
That's the same swing. Got a little bit more of this one and ended up in the seats. So not reaching for it. It's just a matter of letting the ball
Concentrate on the
travel.
good
It's
and the
so
bad is
hard
harder to
tell
give attention
yourself,
to.
Wait, because
There's
you
a better
can't keep
plan.
going. The more you
It's not
wait,
that easy
the
though.
quicker
It's
you
not that
beat
easy to
the
just focus on
baseball.
all the good.
You have the ability
It
to
really isn't.
drive
It's
the
not
other
that
way
easy to just
instead of
focus on
just
that.
serve it out there.
For people who are mentally well, that's easy. For people who are like mentally well, they're like, oh yeah, just focus on the good. And then you're just like, what? What do you mean focus on the good? What? My brain actually does not work like that.
Missed outside 2-2. So Lamar gets the start against the lefty McClanahan, and Springs, the lefty, has to face 3 batters. Lamar's the 3rd one, and hits a home run against him.
Get it. No, foul.
Vernon foul. Allen's 1 for 3. Now head is up. He was up earlier in the Rays bullpen.
So there's
3 and 2. And Springs deals the 3-2 and a walk to Allen. And Kevin Cash has seen enough. In his 7th season with the Rays, he signals to the bullpen to bring in the righty to face LeMahieu. So Springs does not do his job. He helps the Yankees pad their lead with the home run by Lamar. And Cash makes the call to the bullpen, brought to you by Mattress Runner. Lewis Head against DJ LeMahieu. When we come back, runner on first, 2 outs. Yankees up by 2.
commercial break. You have way more control of your own mind than others do, effing up your perception. I don't give my power to others. No, but still, like, just, like, in general. With, like, the bad and the good. I was just eating like Angela from The Office. No. Makes fun of me because I eat like a squirrel. And she's like little bites. Pump inhibitor. If it helps. The snack that smiles back. Goldfish. The snack that smiles back. Goldfish. Remember those like really weird like early 2000s commercials? Early to like
Great time to take a chance.
more like mid 2000s commercials. Like the weird like mid to end 2000s commercials.
Zanino not the best at 20% coming in through the year, throwing out runners.
Me mama. Yep. Me mama.
The 2-run lead, take a chance. Now TJ LeMahieu with a base hit. Played another run.
Do y'all remember when you would take there's like those milk cans that if you turn them upside down and they mooed?
The old one.
There's like some sort of prize thing?
Margot
I had one of those and I was screaming crying because I was scared.
Now put it away for the final out. But Ryan
Ouch! Going into the bottom of the 8th now. But y'all remember those like milk cartons where you turn it upside down and then it goes moo and then you like win something or whatever? Yeah, I have one of those and I was screaming crying because I was scared. Like I was screaming crying. I don't know if Dad remembers, but I was like like I hated it. I also was terrified of the answering machine as well. Oh, that's okay. The page you were looking for. Yeah, no, that's fine. To be fair, COVID has brought brought out the worst in almost everyone. That is very true. But yeah, I used to be like terrified of the answering machine as well. And, like, I would run and like cry. Like, I don't know why. I was terrified of the answering machine, so like, love that. Amber Alerts as well. Oh yeah, I forget that Amber Alerts are different in every country. But have you guys heard Amber Alerts from other countries? Because I have, and some of them are haunting, and some of them are like totally just like yay, and some of them are like really dark and just sound very scary, like someone's gonna come and murder you. It's terrifying. But yeah, especially like the Canadian Amber Alert. We get that happens if something happens in one province, they pretty well send out the Amber Alert everywhere. Throughout the country. And I used to cry. I was terrified. This is gonna be embarrassing. I don't care. I was like 16 years old. Way too old to be scared of an Amber Alert. Let me tell you that right now. 16 years old. An Amber Alert started going off. I ran to my dad's room. I jumped up. And he was like, did you just like almost jump into my arms because you're terrified of the Amber Alert? And I was almost crying, and I was like, yeah. And he's like, you're 16 years old. He's like, you're 16 years old. Like, you should not be that terrified. Like, I'm fine now, but like, it was so bad. He's like, you're 16. Like, he's like, you're nuts. My dad's like, you're 16 years old, you should not be crying and freaking out over the sound of an Amber Alert. You're laughing because you know it's true. I was way too old to be terrified of that. And I was crying in your arms. And I was like, Dad, it was so scary. You're like, you're 16. I was like, jeez.
Got him right under the mask, so if his tongue is...
Oh, right under the
between
mask.
his teeth, under the biting the tongue.
Is he alright? New York pitched it, and it went past the bat catcher and hit the, like, the umpire. The umpire right in the mouth, and he bit his tongue, and now his tongue is bleeding out.
Calling every pitch. But those are the nights you get beat up. You know, you're getting foul balls and hit in the head and all kinds of stuff. So I'd like to ask an umpire that at some point.
You know what would be my favorite day, Paul? Jeez. When I'm hanging out at third base. Nothing to
he,
do.
He, like, bit his tongue, or, like, the ball, like, hit his mouth. And then his, like, he bit his tongue, or, like, the ball hit his tongue itself. Jeez.
I just split them up. You know, you have 4 check swings, 2 swings, 2 checks. You're fine.
Just make sure when they check me, Michael, you say no, all right? I want to keep trying to hit.
Oh.
So they're tending to Fletcher. Looks like he's okay.
Tending to the umpire because he got bashed in the mouth with a ball.
So the count 1-0 on Diaz. Those umpires have to be pretty close, Paul. I mean, they spent all year together. They travel together. They're in the same hotel. Mm-hmm. So, you know, one of your guys get hurt, you feel it. It's not a good thing.
A much smaller team. You're talking about, you know, a group of 4 instead of a group of, what, 25?
Yeah.
The major league roster. So I agree with you, Michael.
And some cereal.
The 1-0. 2-1-0. Diaz. Well, the Yankees certainly need Britton to be Britton. And with the injuries this year, the short amount of playing time, he has not been able to beat Britton. So a 3-0 count on Diaz. And there's a strike right down the middle, 3-1. Ray's looking for a base runner, and that would turn G-Man Choi into the tying run at the plate. Yankees lead by 2. Bottom of the 8th inning, first game of a 3-game set. And that's not even close as Diaz walks on 5 pitches. So here's Choi. Choi is 1 for 2 with a walk. The Yankees have seen Castillo a million times. He's getting ready to pitch the 9th. Britton deals. There's a strike. Three infielders on the right side. Only Urshela is on the left side. And the 0-1. And that one gets away from Sanchez as Diaz stays put.
Do not stop eating.
With the dangerous Brandon Lau in the hole and Orozarena on deck.
Cheers, everyone.
Britton looking for his trademark ground ball here. Turn 2. Oh, he goes with a slider. 1 and 2.
Oh, right here. The camera stops.
You could tell the way Choi took that pitch. That was the last thing on his mind, trying to gear up for the sinker, and all of a sudden, yeah, oh well. I guess he has a slider too.
Time call. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees led 3-0, then 3-2, and then Lamar's home run made it 4-2. That's where we are right now. Britton, the 4th Yankee pitcher. Montgomery started, pitched very well. It lasted just 5. Then Chad Green gave up the 2-run home run to Lau. Loizaga 1, 2, 3, 7, and now Britton here in the 8th. Now, if you wonder with Loizaga pitching a second inning, he has 7 games this year of 2 or more innings. And only 2 of them have been since May 12th. That's what they have in the bullpen. So they've used those 3. And newly acquired Clay Holmes, they got the trade during the off day from Pittsburgh.
I'm eating sour rainbow candy. I don't even like candy. Really. Those are good.
The 2-2.
Oh.
3 and 2, and that allows Diaz to go to second. As the
My
ball
hip
got
is
away,
itchy.
and that erases any chance of a double play or a conventional one. They scored a wild pitch.
Woo.
Oh, it's a tough one there. Just a long-darted sinker. Gary Sanchez does keep it in front, but it just kind of comes out too far. The ball in front of a catcher is a very easy read as a runner at third base. Sometimes, or at first base, it's side to side. Sometimes you can't tell how far.
3-2. Grounded foul.
All of a sudden, you talk about an important out. You've got lefty on lefty, and Choi has fought back here to make this 3-2.
is hot.
Another foul ball. A tough spot, you would think, for the Yankee relievers, because they're very aware of what has happened of late. And you almost wonder if you're driving and looking in the rearview mirror for something bad to happen. So high pressure situation, a lot on the line, and Britton knows it.
I had a dream last night that I was friends with Britney Spears.
And the 3-2, another foul ball.
Ooh, another foul ball.
Troy doesn't give much up.
I had a dream last night that I was friends with Britney Spears, and she came out with a 3-hour-long documentary called The Following Will Disturb You. It was a 3-hour-long documentary that Britney Spears put out on Netflix, and it was called
So this would be the 9th pitch of the sequence.
You Have Been Disturbed. That's what it was. You Have Been Disturbed.
Yep.
And I was like, what the frig? And then also I was friends with her, and she's like, you guys want to come like watch the very first like time like seeing it before it's actually released? And I was like, yeah. And it was basically just like the story of her life, and like the story, like just like from start to finish, like a whole documentary, and it was pretty cool.
So he walked Diaz on
I don't know
pitches.
much, but I remember after it was over, in my head I was like, that was so cool.
And
That
now
was
here's
awesome.
the 3-2.
And then
Grounded.
it was so weird.
Foul ball. First base umpire Will
Anyways.
right there.
They say dreams have meaning. Mine don't.
Animals foul.
Mark
Good call.
Zuckerberg was my dream one time, just like standing behind me, talking to me, and being really robotic, and not blinking, and just staring at me with a straight face,
So this
just
is gonna be
talking to
the
me. It
10th
was the
pitch of
creepiest
this
thing. I
at-bat.
was so scared.
Britton against G-Man
I
Troy.
was scared for my safety.
Troy
I
1
was
for
like,
2 with a walk tonight.
can I help you, Mark?
He
It's
has
weird.
6 home runs.
My dreams have no meaning. They say they have meaning. Mine don't. Oh, it's just your subconscious. Okay. So in my subconscious, I'm thinking about Mark Zuckerberg wanting to skin me. Great. Love
And the
that.
3-2.
Yeah, totally.
He swings at a ball out of the strike zone, and a strikeout for Britton, a big strikeout. So he wins that
Strikeout.
battle with Troy.
He was looking at me like he wanted to skin me. I was
He
like,
stayed with the sinker and the hard stuff, and that's when
Zuckerberg,
Troy was in
chill
swing
out.
mode. You see this two-seamer well out of the strike zone, but still offered at it, and you're right.
I keep
Mike,
forgetting to
huge
upload
out.
the like a video
Was that
because I have
great?
like crazy dreams.
So Britton now will deal with Randy Arozarena, runner at second base with 1 man out. Yankees up by 2, 4-2, bottom of the 8th. Yandy Diaz at second. Arozarena has a double and 3 at bats. Yankees got even with the bag at the corners, and they're back at second and short. Missed outside, 1-0.
Well, Fletcher behind the plate today has been very consistent not to give the balls off the plate. The corners have been the corners tonight. He's done a very good job. The more you watch the game, the more you don't see a lot of players arguing. That usually means that the umpire has done a pretty good job.
Hi, Tripper.
Right
hi,
down
Mike.
the middle, strike 1, 1-1.
She's the most sad little pathetic meow. You had ice cream, caramel, apple? No. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did have ice cream. I had ice cream, I had a caramel apple, and then I had a few bites of, I'm having apple cider. I had 2 fortune cookies, and I had a few of these.
If you're Zach Britton, you really got to trust your sinking fastball, and you just know if you keep it in the lower part of the strike
Oh
zone,
god, your forehead's wet.
it's very hard for a hitter to elevate it. The only time you
Chin's
can
over.
really
Chin's my love.
elevate is if you get it up in the strike zone and it starts to get that horizontal movement. Just work on making that
Doesn't even
ball
care.
sink and trust that he's going to beat it in the ground.
That's sliced to right field. It is a fair ball and it bounces into the seats for a double. That'll score Diaz as a Rosarena picks up a ribby and a double.
What?
And you watch the location of this pitch up in the strike zone, and then when it gets up from a sinker ball pitcher, it does not sink. It just kind of tails and allows the Rosarena to just hammer it to right field.
Tampa Bay getting one home. Score is now 4 New York, 3 Tampa Bay.
That was right down the line as he picks up his 47th ribby.
What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Welcome
See
to
how
Monster
close.
Sports and Entertainment.
It's fair by about a foot, and it bounces into the seats over that low wall. So now the time runs at second base. It's 4-3 Yankees. Here's Loud. Breaking ball, a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Lucas Litke up in the Yankee bullpen. Two on Brandon Loud. And on the 6th inning, Loud did the damage. That was against Chad Green, a 2-run home run. Rolling to the seats the other way. His 22nd home run of the year. He's down in the count 0-2 now to Zach Britton. 1 out, tying runs at second base.
Hi, baby.
Popped up left side.
Oh, you're just so precious. You're just so little. Look how little your little face is. You just have a cute little face. Hey, buddy.
Left center for the lefty swinging Loud to get
Hey,
there.
buddy. Hi. Stop! Okay, how did they change those banners? Are those? I thought those were padding. I thought those banners at the back were padding. They are not padding. They must be green screen or something because they keep changing. It was Papa John's earlier that changed to, I forget what it was, and now it's Suncoast Credit Union.
The 0-2. That one is chopped. It'll be a tough play.
So like how?
Fires. Not in time. A beautiful scoop by LeMahieu to keep it from going past him and allowing Rosarena to score. So Rosarena moves to third. It's an infield single for Loud.
I would love to be able to fix your hair, but you get mad whenever I try to fix your hair.
Well, he gets what he wants, but he's just chopped so high. Allowing good speed. You're right, Michael. A good pick. I'd say a bare hand. And a good pick by LeMahieu. This ball gets by him. We got a tie game. And that's not a short hop. That's an in-between hop. A very tough play, backhanded. Lindor took a chance by trying to bare hand that to save time. But
he is
no chance.
safe.
Well, Matt Blake will have a talk with Britton, just to the sideball.
That was
It's
a
amazing
safe.
how when you put LeMahieu at second, third, or first, you don't lose anything. He is not a negative defender anywhere.
Hey, Tripper.
No, he is as solid as it comes. Fundamentally in the field, at the plate.
Nail biting. Because if he gets this, then they tie it up.
He's over
Hi,
2 with
Tripper.
a walk. Britton's at 23 pitches.
Big kiss on the forehead.
And the tying run is 90
My
feet
cat's
late
like,
and bouncing a
jeez.
couple. So now you have to be worried about that as well.
Zunino at
Third
bat.
off the tying run. Missed outside with 1-0. The arms in the outfield, you don't run on Allen or Judge, and you have to be thinking about it with Lamar and left. Rosarena with pretty good speed at third. A 1-0. Could this be two? There's one. On the first.
Two!
Britton got just what he needed. As the
Woo! There we get the 1 and then the 2. Getting Tampa Bay out. Freaking writes that man low-key looked like Shane McMahon. Whoa, careful. I'm going to the 9th now. Whoop, whoop. It is so hot. Oh my gosh, why? Wow. Yup, me mama when the morning comes. DC Stargirl, I swear to you, they are running out of things. They're just picking random comics now from the universes and just being like, let's make a show of it. Because every show that they put out, usually they get canceled. Like, let's just pick random shows.
1, 2, 3.
Let's pick random
And Head
random comics.
hits Judge with the breaking ball to start off the 9th inning. So Judge reaches first on the hit by pitch. Runner on for Gary Sanchez.
You see him underneath that breaking ball, which kind of makes it hang. There could be worse places to get hit, believe me.
So here's Gary Sanchez. Gary is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a walk. And the pitch is high from Head, 1-0. Chapman's getting ready in the Yankee bullpen. That one clips the outside corner, 1-1. First game of a 3-game set. Pitch outside, 2-1.
We need New York to get a lot because knowing Tampa Bay, they're going to come back. So, like...
Head was released last May by the Mariners, and at that time, I thought his big league career was over, and He actually started selling solar panels in
Nice.
Arizona.
It's gonna be football season
Rays offered him a
soon.
spring training invite, which he initially thought was a prank, and here he is on the team. So a hit by pitch and a walk, and the Yankees have runners on first and second and nobody out here in the ninth inning. And Kyle Snyder lopes to the pitching mound. Well, I'll tell you what, Paul, you always want to tag on runs, but the way the Yankee bullpen has been a tightrope act, boy, could you use a couple more runs to give Chapman a little breathing room.
Well, you saw what Lamar's home run did. I mean, the Yankees still had the lead because of that extra run after Zach Britton gave up a run. But yeah, you're right, Michael. It has been a roller coaster. Day in and day out, these games we're doing, you just don't leave the edge of your seat not knowing what this bullpen is going to do at this point.
So here is Giancarlo Stanton. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks tonight. Big spot for him. Big spot for Head. That one is fouled back. Fouled off the slider.
Come on.
Loud, very close to second base, checking Judge back. Diaz is close to the line at third, but not that deep. The 0-1. 0-2. Judge is at second, Sanchez is first. Nobody's out here in the top of the ninth. Yankees lead 4-3. Swing and a miss, got him on the breaking ball. Big strikeout of Stanton. He's 0 for 3. All 3 strikeouts and also 2 walks. And that's going to bring up Gleyber Torres.
It changed his arm angle, kick dropped down a little bit to get a little bigger break on that slider. And he's standing way out in front, just waving at that ball away.
So here's Gleyber Torres. And a breaking ball just misses inside. 1-0. Torres has 2 hits. Has a 9-game hitting streak. He scored a run. Also wrapped into a double play. 6-4-3 and then grounded to third. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 1-1.
Come on. Home run this bish. And put the nail in the coffin.
On Friday. How about this ball for the 7th time this season? So he's been on the door and shuttle. Back and forth and back and forth.
Put the nail in the coffin. Get a home run. Fudge. My nose is so itchy. Oh my gosh. My nose is itchy like most of the time. It sucks. Because I also have a nose piercing. And then it tickles the inside of my nose. Come on. Let's go, Torres.
Time call. This is who Chapman is due to face in the ninth. Kiermaier, 1 for 6 against him. Margot, 0 for 2. And Franco has never faced him. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a hanging slider. 2 away.
Gleyber saw a ball inside first pitch and was bailing the rest of the at bat. And this ball right here, a hanging slider, but look, that front hit way open. Trying to do a little bit too much with that pitch. Good pitch to hit.
There's a big spot for Rougned Odor. And he excels in these big moments. He's 1 for 2 with 2 walks tonight. And he has an 8-game hitting streak.
2 walks this game. For who is that? Hey, can you please update?
And head deals. Swing and a miss.
Odor. Odor has 2 walks this game? Damn. Where did she go? Oh my gosh! So we have our cupboards, right? Like our big cupboards, and at the very top of the cupboards, there's like a gap, and my cat jumps on that gap and walks across it. And then she just sits there.
The righty deals. Breaking ball way outside, 2-1. Judd started the inning. He got plunked on the backside on a breaking ball. Then Sanchez walked. But Stanton strikes out. Torres strikes out. Now a 2-1 count on Rougned Odor, who's trying to make something happen here in the ninth to give Chapman some room. Yankees lead by 1, 4-3. And the 2-1 pitch. Upstairs, 3-1. On deck is Gio Urshela. The 3-1. High fly ball, right field. Margot
High
is
fly
there.
ball, right field. Crap.
And the Yankees don't play to run
Shit.
in the
Yankees got nothing at the top of the ninth. Damn it. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. Bottom of the ninth and never gonna win this fight. It's a dark cloud the way I ought to be. Trade this life for fortune favor. We got my hair, change my name. I just wanna be big, I saw you there. Top of the door 15 times. Dress me to come treat. I'll stay skinny till it up my way. Hey, Tripper. You being weird? Legoland New York Resort. Legoland is a place? Like an actual resort? I thought Legoland was just the thing inside of Disney World, because that's what I went to. I went to that Legoland, the Legoland that's inside of Disney World. That's the one I went to. It was dope AF, by the way. It was nuts. It was insane. What? I really badly want to go to Universal. I want to go back to Disney World at some point, and I want to go to Universal Orlando or Universal California or whatever it is. At some point in my life as well. I just want to go to LA at some point in my life. But I have like really weird irrational fears. And like I feel like with my luck, the time I go to look, see, it's showing Universal right now. Visit Orlando. Knowing my luck, when I go to, if I'm like, ooh, let's go to LA, and then I go to LA for a bit, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, like, fun times, that's when it's gonna go under. That's when the huge earthquake's gonna hit. What is it? The fault line? San Andreas fault line or whatever it's called? That's when all hell's gonna probably break loose, knowing me. Knowing the luck I have. It's just earthquake, tsunami. Apparently I have lots of earthquakes there. I have never felt an earthquake before. I guess it just feels like when you have like turbulence on an airplane and everything's like shaking. Although I have felt an entire house shake, because we used to live close to a railroad track that was like across the street. So whenever the train would like roar by, the entire house would vibrate. So I guess that's like the closest that I've ever got to feeling an earthquake. I don't even know what I'm talking about or how I got here. I will be 1,000% honest with you. I don't even know. I just I have word vomit.
This is up for
I don't know what I'm
Chapman to
talking
lead
about.
off this inning. Kevin Kiermaier, lefty, not a great offensive player. Tough lefty. Don't mess around. Go right after it. Get this first out.
Oh, 2. If anybody gets on, Nelson Cruz will face Chapman. And remember that walk-off he had on June 10th in Minnesota? That started everything spiraling. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. 3 straight fastballs, 1 away.
Yeah, if you're Gary Sanchez, that's just smart pitching right there. And what you're calling, don't mess around with the slider. He can't catch up to that fastball. 101. I don't even care about the
Chapman is
location.
supposed to be scary.
Good job
It's supposed to be
getting that
scary.
first out.
We got this? Question mark.
So 1 away, and that'll bring up
Yo, the way Chapman looked. Holy
Manuel
50
Margot.
Cent. He low-key kind of, but he looked quickly. He
1
looked
for
like
3.
50 Cent, but
walk,
but when I
this
looked at him
one is-
longer, I realized he was not.
0-1. So throwing nothing but strikes.
It's like when I
nothing
had a
but
few
heat.
drinks at the a few. It was more than a
It's been
few.
a while, Michael, since
Drinks
we've
at the
seen
old spaghetti
consecutive,
factory in Winnipeg.
100
This is a
mile-an-hour
funny
pitches.
story. I went to the old spaghetti factory in Winnipeg. I had a few drinks there, and
Good sign for Chapman.
I saw this man, and I was thoroughly convinced that he was Howie Mandel. Once I sobered up, I looked at the photo. He didn't look like Howie Mandel. He was just a bald guy with glasses.
The 0 could not hold up on the fastball upstairs. 0-2. 5
It was so
straight.
funty because I was so confident. I was like, "There's no way this man is not Howie
Overpowering to
Mandel."
this point.
Like, you could not convince me that that man was not Howie
This is
Mandel.
the third consecutive fastball in double digits, so I don't know that you
And then I
even go
sobered
away
up and I
with it.
looked afterwards because I got a photo
Just
with him.
continue
He's
to
like, "Oh my god, can I get a
pound
photo
that
with
thing.
you?" And then I sobered up and I was like, "Oh my god, like man does not look like."
The 0-2.
Oh, just a ball dude with glasses.
Oh! Diving Allen for the second out. Beautiful play. by
Beautiful
Allen.
diving catch.
And he hauls it in for out number 2.
No, I would have to say that's like one of the
That is a
funniest
big
stories.
play in that situation
I would say
because
that's probably
you're
like my
diving and the
funniest
ball gets
story
by you, it's a sure
of
triple.
me drinking.
You see the placement, he is over and
This is
right
hilarious.
side.
I was
Great
like,
jump.
oh my god.
Can't say enough about a big play right there. Nobody behind you in center field.
Chapman loved to see it. Now,
That was
all right,
beautiful.
if you're the Rays, your chances rest in a 20-year-old.
Reconnection successful. OBS Studio Suite.
What a moment.
Get him out, 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 get him out.
Number 1 prospect in all of baseball. The Rays farm director, Mitch Lukovich, said he's human, but sometimes it's tough to tell. And the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2.
0-2, come on, come on. One more strikeout, are we
One
good
strike
this?
away from nailing it down.
One strike away. Oh, he's a lefty too. Chapman is a lefty, that's probably why. Damn.
Late
Hi,
with the
Tripper.
swing and blowing a bubble at the same time.
Come here.
Another fastball.
Come here. Come on, get it, get it, get it, get it.
The 0-2. 103 miles an hour foul back. So would you move away from the fastball, Paul?
Well, you know, you might bounce something just to get him off of the fastball, but I would not throw a slider or a split finger for a strike. Maybe waste a pitch and then come back to that high fastball, but you're throwing 103. It's very hard to get away from it. So they're going to go to off speed. He doesn't want it. Wants to go back with that fastball. Just keep it out of the strike zone.
Hey, Chipper.
Swing and a miss.
The 0-2. It was way out of the strike zone, 1 and 2. Well, Chapman seems so much more confident.
See, and now it says Louisiana hot sauce, so it
That's
must be a
good
green
stuff.
screen at the
A
back.
great fastball. Has had command before that pitch. And that pitch might have been on purpose.
Come on.
As Paul said.
Hi,
So
honey.
1-2 count on Wander Franco. Yankees trying to take the first game
Let's
of
go,
this
Franco.
3-game set
Hey.
in St. Pete.
Relax. Chill yourself. We're gonna
And
get
we'll be
this,
off
okay?
speed.
We're gonna get this. I believe in us. Do you believe in us? Because I believe in us.
The 1-2. Way outside, 2-2. Again, lurking on deck is Nelson Cruz.
Look how cute you are. She's like,
Off speed in Boston the other day was the slider.
Yeah.
Today his off speed has been the split finger. So
you wanna know like a really funny thing? The way that
count,
kids
you don't
pick
wanna
up
waste
animals
another pitch, but they're going back to the off speed.
can be funny. Like when the animal's like totally fine, obviously, it's like hilarious.
The 2-2. 3-2. And now, Paul, I guess you'd have to go to the fastball, right?
You would think so. You have not thrown a slider the whole inning, so you can't trust yourself with that. You have got the fastball by Franco, but he is sitting dead red right now. 3-2 off of Aroldis Chapman. What else would you look for?
Hi, honey. Hi, baby.
He wants to throw off speed.
First slider of
You
the
think we're
inning.
gonna win
See if
this?
he's got a good one.
Because I think we're gonna win this. Oh yeah, I know
The
it's hot.
3-2. He walked him.
Shit.
Running it back by a 20-year-old.
He walked him. Damn
And
it.
now that brings up Nelson Cruz. Has the winning run.
Hi, Tripper.
We go back to June 10th. Yankee fans might want to turn away. But this was one of the gut punch losses that the Yankees have suffered. A walk-run home run by Nelson Cruz. So the veteran Cruz acquired from the Minnesota Twins. You see what he's done
Hi, Chipper.
against Chapman, 2 for 6 in his career. They got him for moments.
She is currently
like
inside
this.
of my shirt.
Runner at first, it's a tying run.
Let's be careful
Runner
there. We don't
played
wanna-
the winning run.
I don't want to flash the internet or anything.
And
Here,
Brett
hold
Phillips
on.
pinch running for Franco.
Here, come back inside.
And the pitch is low, 1-0. Phillips has great speed.
She's like, jeez. You're so precious. I was like, and you're in here with me. And she's like, where am I? I looked over at her and she was just like, just looked up at me in a little cocoon. She was like, hello.
Urshela, deep at third.
Aw, you're my
Very
little
close to the
Joey.
line.
You're my little Joey
LeMay
pouch,
holding
precious.
on Phillips.
You're my little Joey. You're my little pouch, precious. Oh my god.
Breaking ball is low, 2-0.
Oh my gosh, Chapman. Chapman, just strike him out, please.
A good pitch,
Again,
but a
another
miss.
slider. Yeah, just down.
Oh, jeez.
The 2-0. 3-0. Chapman cruising. And then loses Franco. Now 3-0 on Cruz. And you would think that Kevin Cash would give the green light to Nelson Cruz.
And if you're a Aroldis Chapman, you got to know that. You know, if you walk him, okay, you just cannot give up a 2-run home run here by grooving a fastball.
Yandy Diaz is on deck. The 3-0.
Bob Odenkirk,
Taking all the way 3-1.
the main guy on Better Call Saul, who was Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad, collapsed on the set of Better Call Saul season 6, the final season, and was rushed to the hospital. I hope he's okay.
Very few blowouts. Very few laughers. Soft throw over and Phillips gets back easily. Four pitches so far to Cruz. A fastball, slider, splitter, and a sinker. That's what he's thrown so far, 17 pitches overall. 3-1 on Cruz.
Get him out!
Again, a throw to first, and Phillips is back. Chapman has a better move than that and has gotten runners leading. So the veteran Chapman against the veteran Nelson Cruz. Phillips is the tying run. 2 men out. 3-2.
Oh my gosh, get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. Come on, come on, come on,
So
come
that's
on,
going
come on,
to
get him out,
release
get him out, get him
Phillips
out.
at first. He
Get
can
him out.
go
Get him out.
on the next
Get
pitch.
a cruise, get a cruise, get a cruise.
Perfect pitch by Chapman.
Get a cruise, get a cruise. Just do it one more time. Just do it again, just do it again, do it again, do it again. Chapman, come on, come on, come on. Do it again, please.
They're going off speed. Swing and a miss, got him. Chapman
Got him.
scores it, and the Yankees win 4-3.
Woo! Yankees
And we
win
said this
4-3.
before. If there's going to be a DVD of this season, the title's going to be Don't Come Easy. Nothing easy.
Nice.
Nothing.
Sweet. Freaking right. Also, guys, I don't know when I'm gonna be live next. Probably next week sometime. Cause I work Wednesday, Thursday. Friday I'm busy. Saturday, Sunday work. But I'm off like.
Huge win for the Yankees, but Michael, I'll tell you what, you're right. They don't come easy.
Off Monday.
None of them. It's unbelievable. So
I'm
Chapman
busy
nails it
Tuesday.
down.
Wednesday's my
Montgomery gets the
birthday.
win. The big home run by AMYAMOR is the difference in the
And
game.
my friend
The
isn't
Yankees take the
off
first game of this 3-game set
until
against the Tampa
later
Bay Rays,
on
the two teams in front of them in
my
the East.
birthday.
4-10-0 for the Yanks, 3-8-0 for the Rays. Time of the game 3:38.
So,
Montgomery 4-5.
I might stream during the day then.
McClanahan evens up at 4-4. Lamar solo home run. Gio Urshela.
And either that birthday stream will either be I'm kind of depressed because I failed my driving test, or a celebration because I passed it. But I hope I win it because I hope I win it. I hope I pass it because everybody that I've talked to has said that it's not a hard test. So. But I backed into a parking space totally fine, so like, took me 10 tries, but like I did it, so. Apparently they don't ask you to back into a parking space though, because they're like, whatever, but I don't know, it'll be interesting. Hey Kelly! Kelly, I was rooting for the Yanks. Facts, I was too. I was also rooting for the Yankees. And they won, and I'm happy about that. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. Pardon me. Oh my gosh. Thank you everybody. Pardon me for joining me. Yankees have won 4-3. Thank you everybody for joining me. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button on your way in. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell for notifications so you get notified whenever I'm live. I will see you here next time. Thank you everybody. Molly out.
Until next time, everybody.